graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Greetings, universe. My name is Orbital Bacon, and I am certified G1 and a real freaking pride.
Great is the power of George Washington!
All these companies claiming cartoons is usurped by the monolith, because they can't rig the TIG. Wooga wooga and pardon me, Pontsu.
Wooga wooga and booga booga, bim bams and flum bums. Oh, what's going on? Welcome to another live stream. It's Friday, the end of the week. That means if you're here, you are indeed made of sterner stuff. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you had a good week so far. I mean, it's over. I say so far, it's practically over. But hopefully you're doing well. Good to see everybody. Hopefully you're doing well tonight. We're going to kick off the weekend right, like we always do. We're going to be A-logging some cartoons, the stuff that we watched last Saturday. Booga, booga, booga. I got some news to share.
Ticket to ride. Ticket to ride.
Ticket to ride, and she don't care. Let's go, Ron McChaos. Thank you. And Richard Hooper getting in there with the power. George Washington as well. Not long enough to hang on to Stream Boss, though. Sorry about that, man. Ticket to ride, though. Thank you, Ron McChaos. Let's go. We're going to A-log some cartoons, the stuff that we watched last Saturday. Pretty wild stuff. Got a few bits of news, some updates coming up here for the coming week. And then, of course, we're going to be wrangling some waifus. We got a wrangle of the week. We got a waifu of the week. And we got, a couple of memes and stuff to go over. So it's going to be a good time. And as always, if you want to fuel the perpetual waifu machine and keep the artwork coming, we got to put food on the table for those artists. Okay, we've got talented artists that work for the Orbital Station, but we got to keep them fed. And what we do around here, we're waging a war on woke. All right, we're waging the war on woke, so support the war effort. All right, keep the station in orbit and keep those waifus going. All right.
Hickory dickory dock. Oh look, it's waifu o'clock. Pin-ups are done, let's all have some fun. Hickory dickory dock.
Hey, thank you.
Magnificent! Look at the size of that thing!
Sad to see Vin's gone, but this one is a worthy replacement.
There you go, Reverb 154, the first to try out that new. Yeah, Vince, he might be lurking around though. Okay, Vince might be lurking around. Might be a different dollar amount. It's hidden. It's not on the list. Okay, it's one of those secret pop-ups. It's not on the list, and don't worry, there's no decimal points involved. It's a nice round number, but I won't say which one it is. But yeah, he's still around. You can still super kick Vince.
What's this?
What? Is Rogue enough? Ain't that enough? I don't know. It might be enough to get us out of Sliver Country. I'm not sure. Might not be. Might need more. We need more Rogue. Okay, we need more Rogue. X-Men is over. We finished watching it. All 5 seasons. Well, 4.5 really. I don't like the second half of the 5th season when they did that new studio change, and it was not up to snuff. It was subpar, mediocre. All right. So I mean, there were like 1 or 2 good episodes. I think we did watch like 1 or 2 from the second half of the 5th season. But yeah, I've said it before. The original series, the original ending, the finale to this series was meant to be at the end of season 4. So that's where we ended it. We dipped a little bit into season 5.
I need to see the Chief Boy. That's most definitely what's up.
Oh, Cheetos, you want me to bring the Chief back? See, I didn't think anybody liked that one because it barely ever got used. Maybe I'm overthinking stuff. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but yeah, it's kind of crazy too how as soon as I change stuff around, people are like, okay, I want to use this one now. I'm like, I just got rid of it because I thought nobody liked it, right? No, it never got used. You know what? Don't worry. Cheetos, don't you worry. I'll bring it back in there. In fact, hold on a second. I can do that right now. I'll do that right now on the fly. We'll do it on the fly right now because it's still saved in there. I just disabled it.
Look at that!
Fuel for the waifus. They love the cake.
Daryl Waylick, he found a way. He found it. Life finds a way. Okay. I know we said we were gonna get rid of Vince. And that's not even the amount. You actually went over the amount there. Now, hey, I'm not complaining. You went over the amount, but in between the Mesmermizing Dance and the look at the size of that thing. That's no moon, or maybe it is.
Hey Baconeers, let's see some waifus, smiley face emoji.
Oh man, that was in surround sound. That one was in surround sound. What's going on? All right, hold on just a second here. We're gonna max this one up here.
So many movies.
Hotkey. I don't care. I don't care. All right, let's add that. I think that, let's save it. Okay, there you go. Cheetos. You can now call the chief once again. It's only $1 above where it was. Okay, it's only $1 above where it was. All right. So there we go. That one was in surround sound though. That was pretty interesting. So yeah. So there we go. There we go. Hey, trying to do things on the fly. So yeah, life finds a way. You know, Vince, he thought, all right, I get to stay in my chair. Never going to be super kicked again. I don't think so.
Can't forget the thrust bus. Pile in and we can have a blast at the waifu bar and grill. Pontsu pina coladas for everybody. If that isn't your thing, may I interest you in a Western whiskey waifu?
Thank you, Crossfire, fueling up the thrust bus there, getting it ready to drive, gassed up, ready to drive. We're going, let's go. All right, so yeah, big support right out the gate. Really appreciate it, guys. We are definitely supporting the war effort there. We're gonna fuel up the perpetual waifu machine. I got some really good pinups. In fact, I got some specifically to celebrate, since I just mentioned the finish of X-Men, the finale of the original series. And I've got a new one coming up for you guys.
But some waifus never go out of style.
That's right. They're forever, man. They are forever, okay? We don't care.
One for the BOOGA train, please.
one ticket to ride. Well, all aboard. All aboard. We got a ticket to ride. All aboard. Hold on. Okay, I think I turned the sound keys off. What's going on here? There it is. There it is. All right, ticket to ride, all aboard. I think one more ticket and it's going to leave the station. So everybody get on board now before that train leaves the station, all right? So yeah, thank you guys supporting the war effort there, or the war on woke, okay? We're keeping it classic, keeping it old school.
Magnificent. Look at the size of that thing.
No, how could I find him? I wanted secret waifu. But he'll take rogue cake. Train ticket, please.
Crossfire with a ticket to ride. And Daryl Waylick says, no, I was hoping to find some sort of secret there. I mean, you did find a secret technically, but it was kicking Vince out of his chair. Once again, he's still lurking, okay? So we can't let him get away with it. How does he keep getting away with it? We can't let it happen, okay? So you found it, but you know what? There's that new one there. I'm glad you like it. The detecting that's no moon. That's Rogue's Cake.
Get that trainer rolling. Also, backstage and ringside, no chair is safe for Vince.
Yeah, he thought he could hide backstage. We're not going to let him. Oh, you guys love this one, huh?
Magnificent. Look at the size of that thing.
Sniper waifu by War on Woke Bonds today.
Let's go. I'm glad you guys like that new one. I'm gonna rename it. That's no moon.
You're really stacked, aren't you?
Wiggle waggle sparkle blast. Waifu, engage.
Hey, Titan, let's go. What is that? Some sort of super move that sounds like a Street Fighter, you know, like Hadouken, Wiggle Waggle, Sparkle Blast. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on, but that's a stacked Catgirl, though, okay? You know the waifus, they go whack for the stack. So we're going to get some special pinups for you guys unlocked tonight. They are fitting with the theme of the X-Men since we just finished it. I have not one, not two, but three X-Men pinups, so more like X-ladies, okay? They are the waifus of the X-Men, the top waifus. I'm pretty sure, based on the chat's reaction while we were watching those episodes, I picked the three most popular ones, okay? I mean, one of them is pretty obvious. We've already been seeing her pop up here in the super chats, but the other two, I think I chose correctly. I think I chose correctly because, yeah, based on the reaction of what everybody was saying, these were everyone's top 3. So we've got pinups from Odacat, okay? From Odacat, you know. She doesn't work full-time for the station anymore, but we still get the occasional every now and then. I also had a few leftovers from when she did still work, you know, that just haven't been unlocked yet, you know how it goes. So we've got some from her. We've got Master Krakken, of course, and probably Master Godai in there too.
Look, Vince or Cake, May, triplets.
There you go. Just, hey, don't let Nicolas Cage near your alpacas, okay? Don't let him near any alpacas or llamas or anything like that. We learned that the hard way watching Color Out of Space. What a bizarre movie, but in a good way. I like that type of cosmic horror. It's like Lovecraftian, you know, really bizarre. It's actually based on an H.P. Lovecraft story, so that movie's pretty wild, okay? But yeah, we saw Nicolas Cage doesn't have any business being around alpacas, so that's all right, you know. Just distract him with the triplets, okay? Distract him with the triplets. All right. So there you go. All right, and I reactivated the chief. The chief is there. You can call the chief now. I think. Did I? I hope I did that right. I think I did. I'm feel bad if it doesn't work. But Cheetos, you got K's out though, okay? You got K's out. It's not bad. It's not that bad, okay? And we've got tickets to ride on the BOOGA train. It's ready to leave the station. All aboard. All aboard. We're coming down the line. Choo-choo. That's the Chattabooga Choo-choo. There it is, the Chattabooga Choo-choo. Give me a shine. Leaving on time every night. Always on time. Always on time. Let's go. Let's go. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, some really good stuff for you guys tonight. Hopefully you will enjoy the show. Let me give some shouts out to everybody here before we get started. If you want to shout out, you know what to do. Put that bacon in the sky.
Now say all
and hail the Baroness.
Hope things are going well, Orbital. Things have been crazy on my end.
Hey, Maverick Cat, good to see you. Good to see you, man. Yeah, you know, I think it's been crazy for a lot of people, but you know what? We're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. We're all gonna make it, all right? So thank you though, Maverick Cat. Hailing the Baroness there. Somebody is rocking the yacht there because she looks like she's about to tip over. All right, so let me give some shouts out here to the chat. I see Joshua Cochran, No Name, OVA. We got Sane Adam, hail. Based Wave, what's going on? Philip Fabian, Tomatoes, Killer Tomatoes. We got Kinzo's Creations, man. Really talented painter, you know, painted that custom statue there. That was really cool. Thank you, Kinzo's Creations, for that. Let's see. We got Crossfire. We got Alchemy in here. Zahira Smith, howdy. We got Wolfpack Gaming JD. Neo 007. We got Taverns Bull, hail. Darka 88, hail. We got Ronald Neal in here. We got Waste of Space, a.k.a. Cheetos, a.k.a. the #1 troll, who, well, I don't know. Are you the #1 troll? Because maybe I trolled you. You couldn't call the chief. Maybe I trolled you. No, I'm just kidding, man. Thank you, though. We got Richard Hooper in here, Prince of the Abyss, Vent Light. Let's see, Maverick Cat, Iceman Slim. What's going on? We got Grumpy Monks. That's part of the 7 Monk Avengers right there. Let's see who else is in here. Ron McChaos, Johnny Doe, Michael Russum. We got the Geek Goblin. All right. DJ Craze, Duo Maxwell. What's going on? Hunter Batista, if I didn't say your name already. Let's see. We got Leave Me Alone, Please No. I think I finally read your name correctly. Cyric is in here. Beer Drinking Dwarf. What's going on? Let's see who else is in here. We got Taylor Sloth. We got Jack Be Lucky. All right. Let's see who else. Taylor Sloth. Yeah, got that one. Eric Teleria. Hopefully I'm saying your name right, okay? And anybody else I may have missed, I'll keep an eye on the chat. We'll give you a shout out as we go along. How's the, man, where is everybody? Where is everybody? We're supposed to have 100 to start, and we don't even have 80. Damn. Well, you know, hey, at least you guys are supporting the war effort there. Support the war effort. Keep the pinups coming. Keep the classic cartoons, the Orbital Station in orbit.
On a bit of a serious note, prayers for you in your journey of sobriety. If you ever feel low, just remember you always have us and we will always have your back.
Thank you, Crossfire man. Really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. I'm almost 2 whole weeks at the end of this week. I don't know if you count Sunday as the end of the week or the beginning of the week. I've always thought, ever since I was a kid, Monday is when the week starts. I know Sunday is the technical, but for me, it's like, no, Monday is the start of the week. Sunday is still part of the weekend. It's the weekend, okay? So Monday is the start. So at the end of this week on Sunday, that marks 2 whole weeks 100% sober. I mean, I never was a drinker at all. I never liked the stuff, but I was zooking out. I was zooking out on the weed. I cut back for a while, and I was just using it to get to sleep for the longest time. But I was like, you know what? I don't even want to do that anymore. I don't, because just having it around is too tempting. It's too tempting. So now I don't really sleep too much. Okay. I don't really sleep too much anymore, but I'm sure that'll level out. I'm sure that'll balance out eventually. So thank you though. I really appreciate it, man. And yeah, you guys are the best. Bacon Ears, best community on YouTube. You guys are the absolute best. I really appreciate all the support. And yeah, I'm going to hang in there. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. All right, there we go. Numbers are getting up there. We got over 90. We're approaching 100. Let's get up there. Let's get up there. Diego Del Sol says, we've noticed. What, my lack of sleep? You mean that like how we're watching movies until 6 in the morning? Let's go, Prince of the Abyss.
Here's my contribute for the war effort, oh fearless leader.
Thank you, man. Let's fuel up that perpetual waifu machine. Support the war effort. We're gonna make it. We're all gonna make it. Let's go. Yeah, too many good late night movies. Exactly. Other than whatever, I'm sure not sleeping a lot is probably not the best thing for your health. But all that aside, there's a lot of good late night movies to check out. So I've been having fun. I've been making the best of it. Okay. But I appreciate it, guys. Yeah. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the late night movie marathons. Really, I mean, it's like multiple movies, but hey, we've been having fun there. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying that too. Let's see. Are there any other? I see some other people still making their way in here. Americo D. Might Sky Wizard says, I use audiobooks to help me sleep. Not a bad idea. I do like to have something on, whether it's music. A lot of times I'll fall asleep to whatever the last movie is. When we're approaching that 6 in the morning, I don't want to see the sunrise. I'll just I'll fall asleep to the movie on. I used to listen to audiobooks on cassette tape when I was younger to help me fall asleep. So yeah, that's an excellent suggestion. I'll have to look for some new ones. Maybe I'll get the Dune series on audiobook.
I think many are sleeping off their hangovers from self-medicating due to having seen the unholy fuck-up that Disney calls Snow White 2025. I've only seen a trailer of the cursed film, and I needed a bit of brain bleach to recover.
I can't believe you even watched the trailer. I wouldn't even watch the trailer for that thing. I mean, I've seen some screenshots. I've seen like brief clips, when people make memes out of it and stuff, but I won't even watch the full trailer. I can't. That's not even Snow White. That's Dirt Brown. Okay. That's not Snow White. That's Dirt Brown. The mirror on the wall. Maybe you should get your eyes checked. Okay. Magic mirror. You might need some bifocals. All right. Might need some glasses. I think you need to get your eyes checked. And yeah, it's that I don't even know what that is. What a train wreck. What a train wreck. But we've ridiculed that one pretty bad here on past streams. I even played one of those, or I think both of those, because there's 2 of them. They made a sequel of the AI chat song, where they take the comments, the best comments from the chat, and sometimes they even get them to rhyme. It's pretty impressive how they put those together. And there were 2 of them about Snow White. I mean, there's a whole channel dedicated to make him on all sorts of stuff, but specifically for that Snow White, Dirt Brown. For that Dirt Brown movie, they made 2 of them, and we watched both of them here on Sterner Stuff. So yeah, we've definitely gotten our licks in, kicked a what's the expression? Stomped a mud hole. That's kind of redundant, isn't it? That's kind of redundant. Is it stomping a mud hole in it? Kind of redundant. But yeah, so we're going to get into some stuff, guys. I'm doing great. I appreciate everyone checking in. Thank you for the support on the sobriety. And, I know Wednesday's show was a little rough. I was definitely struggling that day, but we made it through. And now we're here. We're Friday. It's the end of the week. We're going to kick off the weekend. We've got Saturday morning cartoons tomorrow morning. We've got the anime Grindhouse tomorrow night. And there's going to be some new stuff happening next week because I mentioned X-Men is over. We got to replace that with a show. But I'm also bringing back the weekday.
Hey now, credit where credit's due. The Snow White trailer was pretty good with my monitor and speakers shut off.
You could just imagine, you could just pretend like, imagine what you wanted it to be. You could just imagine what you wanted it to be.
There are 3 chat songs of Snow Yellow and her 7 mutant lawn gnomes.
Oh, they made a third one? There's a trilogy? That's crazy. That's pretty wild, man. They made a whole trilogy. There's like a cinematic universe just for those chat songs. Something that'll never see. I mean, not that a lot of these Disney movies, live action remakes, they didn't have sequels to begin with. But you know what? That didn't stop them from making a sequel to The Lion King and a prequel. Or was the sequel a prequel? I don't know. I don't really keep up with that stuff anymore. Disney's so gay and retarded. I don't even keep up with it anymore, to be honest. But I know that they're messing with those live action remakes, trying to milk them for all they're worth. And it's pretty ridiculous. Didn't know there was a third Snow White song. That we might have to check that out. That's pretty funny. All right. That just means there's that many good comments of people ripping it to shreds, which is a lot of fun. So good stuff, man. Good times. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. You know what? That actually reminds me. Master Godai, a.k.a. Mr. Two Scoops, has provided us with Snow White the way that she was meant to be, always meant to be. I don't even know if Disney got it right originally back in the day. They're certainly not getting it right now, but I don't even know if they got it right back in the day. So we had to employ one of our top artists here, Master Godai, aka Mr. Two Scoops, and we had to get him to bring Snow White to life the proper way, realize the vision, okay, to fully realize the vision. 2 scoops, that's so full. 2 scoops of realized vision, that is. So we've got that. You know what? I'll give that to you. If we can get the X-Men, because I didn't put her in the lineup. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have put her in the lineup this week. I was saving her. I don't know what I'm saving her for. Put her in the lineup this week. Everybody's talking about it. But we've got to get through those X-Men pinups. So I tell you what, guys, as an extra incentive, all right, extra incentive. You see what I'm doing there? We will have, if we get to the 3rd X-Men pinup, then I will show you the Godai Classic. Yeah, classics. There, Master Godai in the chat right there. Shouts out, buddy. Classics are classics for a reason. That's right. If we can get there, then I'll put up the Master Godai Snow White as a bonus for you. Okay, that one will be on me. All right, that one will be on me. But first, I want to make sure. I want to make sure that we get through the X-Men ones. We're almost there. Let me check. Let's check. Let's see where that perpetual waifu machine is right now. Let's see what the meters are doing. Hit the music. Look at it go. Is it gonna stop in Sliver Country? Okay, no. Okay. Whoa. Oh, it's still going. So are we gonna stop in Sliver Country again? No, we're out of there. Oh no, wait, we're actually in the bottom Sliver Country. Oh no, it's the other side. The other side. Oh man, we're stocking it up though. The waifus, they go whack for the stack, but we can't stay here. This is Sliver Country. We got to get out of here, man. We got to get out of here. We got to fill up the rest of the meters at least a couple more times so we can get through all those X-Men pinups. Don't worry. You won't be disappointed. And then you'll get that bonus Snow White as well. I mean, there's some other ones in the lineup too, if we get there. I don't know. It's been lately, we've only got like 2 or 3 each week. I was commissioning the same amount that we had for, months and months, but I don't know. 2025 has been a little bit rough when it comes to stacking up those meters. So I've got a lot of backup. They're in storage. Okay, they're in storage. But we'll get to those. When we get to the waifu roundup, because we've got plenty of segments to get into. The Saturday morning previews, some news and updates. Yes. 10 big Bison Bucks.
Begone, Sliver. There are pinups on this stream.
That's right, Reverb 154. Get that Sliver out of here. Get it out of here. Whether it's at the top or at the bottom, we cannot stay in Sliver Country, okay? That nudged us out of there. Thank you very much, 10 big Bison Bucks. A good way to get us out of Sliver Country. Almost a quarter of the way. Almost a quarter away into that 3rd meter there. So we can unlock those. during the waifu roundup, we're going to go through. That way I can just do like rapid fire because I think that works best. I think that works best other than breaking into or interrupting whatever the segments and going back and forth. That way we'll just get them all during the waifu roundup. But don't worry, I'm keeping track. We'll check in on the meter from time to time because as I was saying, we do have all the regular segments. We've got Saturday morning preview. We've got the Saturday night anime preview. We've got a couple of news and updates. We got the Saturday morning memes from last week. And of course, everyone's favorite segment, the waifu roundup, where we will go through, check out the waifus that were featured last week, the wrangle technique of the week, and then we'll also check out the pinups that you guys have unlocked there, all right? So let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. One's up if you're here for the long haul. Two, if you got other things to do. One's up if you're here for the long haul. Two, if you got other things to do. It should be a full show tonight. I'm trying not to rush. Like last week, I was rushing a little bit because I started late. I didn't want to bleed into Adventures of Sinbad. We got that coming up at midnight over on the second channel. I didn't want to spill over, make you have to choose. Do you want to stay here, the jank on this stream, or the jank in the Sinbad show? Because they two different types, but equally janky, I would say.
In a closed community where everybody's a baconeer, the only crime is getting caught. In a world of waifu wranglers, the only final sin is slivers.
That's right. We can't have any slivers. Get them out of here. In a world. That sounded like a movie trailer or something, Maverick Cat. I don't know. That could be a movie trailer right there. In a world. Why not both? Both what? Philip Fabian, both what? Let's see. I see a few more people still coming in here. We got Herbert Lamar. What's going on, man? Good to see you. MK Vinner 2, putting up a 2. Oh, can't stay. That's all right. You got other things to do. Not a problem. I do like seeing the new faces here. Hopefully you'll stick around, become familiar faces, though. Come back next week.
For that third chat music song, all I can say is you're in for a treat. I hurt my side laughing when I first saw it.
Oh, we might have to watch that. I might have to get that pulled up. We might have to watch that. I'll play that during the news and updates segment. We'll watch that because I didn't even know there was a third one. And if it's good, because they were both good. I can't remember which one was first. I don't know if I even watched them in order. I don't even know. But they were both really funny. So if you're saying this one's just as good, had you sides in pain from laughing, then yeah, we'll check it out. All right. So yeah, should be a full show. Don't have to rush it. So probably around 2 hours. That's what I'm thinking anyway. That way it'll give us a little bit of a buffer zone before Adventures of Sinbad starts over on the second channel. That's going to be another good lineup of episodes tonight. I mentioned last week that I think I mention it every week actually that show is so full of cheese and jank. The CGI is really bad, but in that charming way, like it's so bad it's good. And when they don't use CGI, I guess maybe if they don't have it in the budget, they just take one of their pets, like they get their pet dog, their pet lizard, and they put it on a green screen and then just make it gigantic. And you'll get one of those tonight, okay? You will get one of those tonight. An animal on a green screen, blown up to be gigantic because they didn't have budget for even janky CGI. They couldn't even afford the janky CGI, okay? So the cheese is going to be flowing in the Adventures of Sinbad. It's going to be great, all right? So bad it's good, but that's what we like. We like to riff on it, It's a lot of fun. So hopefully I'll see you guys over there later, and there shouldn't be any concern of me running into it, bleeding into it, going late here, all right? So let's get into it, guys. We got some segments. Let's start off with the usual. Oh, what happened? Uh-oh. Why don't I have slides here? What happened? What happened to my slides? Hold on a second, guys. They were working before. What happened to them? Slides, are you there? Anything? Yeah, they seem to be there. There they are. Okay. All right, fixed it. Zooking out. Yeah, OBS is zooking out. No idea what's wrong with it, but we got it fixed. Okay, Saturday morning preview. What we got lined up for you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are at volume 93. 7 away from volume 100. 7 more weeks after this week, we'll be hitting volume 100. Closing in fast. That one's going to be a big one. I'm going to do another one of those. It's sort of like the members' choice, except I'm picking all of them. Yeah, I did that for my birthday, whereas I picked all the episodes. I didn't even care if they were reruns or anything. I'm like, nah, these are my favorites. I'm putting them in there. I don't care. So I'm going to do that again for volume 100. We're going to have Bacon's Choice, right? It's going to be Bacon's Choice for volume 100. And I already have most of the episodes in mind. I've been thinking about it for a while because, I used up a good bit of them on the birthday Bacon Choice lineup. And I was thinking, do I even have any left? And when I started thinking about it, I'll go, oh, I forgot about this, that. There were actually a whole bunch of episodes that I had forgotten about when I was making that one back in January. So we're going to have that coming up. I'm going to do a Members Choice as well. Either right before or right after. It sort of depends. It sort of depends on when everyone gets their selections in, because usually I try to give people a couple of weeks out, and some people either wait till the last minute, maybe they forget about it entirely, and I have to remind, hey, what episode do you want to see? So members, those of you with the blue wrenches there, those are channel members over on Coffee. I do appreciate the support, by the way. Go ahead, you can go ahead and send them in. I'm just letting you know right now. You get the heads up right now. Go ahead and send in your episode selection, and if you don't know a specific episode, you can just say, well, I'd like to see this show. I let me pick the episode, that's fine, but at least let me know the show that you would like to see, okay? So Members Choice is coming up. It'll be either right before or right after volume 100. Again, depends on when everybody turns their stuff in and we have enough to make a full lineup, okay? But volume 100 will certainly be a Bacon's Choice lineup, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So we're closing in, guys. We're closing in. Tomorrow's 93. We're closing in. And I'm already, even though I said that volume 100, or I should say after volume 100, that I was going to start adding some new shows in there, dipping back into the 70s and maybe even the late 60s with things like Space Ghost and the Herculoids, right? I'm already finding some new shows here. So we've got some new stuff for tomorrow morning. We've got a couple of new shows that have never been seen on the channel before. Some of them, I think at least one of them, you guys have probably heard of. It's pretty well known, at least enough to get one of those reboot toy lines. You know how they actually just did it with Biker Mice from Mars. I can't remember the name of the company, but they made new figures on these old shows, right? It's like action figure reboots. Better than rebooting the show. More times than not, when a show gets rebooted, it's bad. Movie reboots, they're not very good, especially nowadays. But the action figure reboots, they're all right. They're all right. Nacelle? Yeah, Nacelle. Thank you, Maverick Hat. But yeah, they're all right. They look pretty good. I think Kenzo got some. I'm trying to remember. I know one of the Baconeers found some. I don't know. I don't go out to the. I don't go out in public much anymore. No, I don't go to stores that sell them. I just go grocery shopping. That's about it. That's about it for me. So yeah, I don't know. I'm rambling here. Let's get into the Saturday morning preview for tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Like I said, we do have a couple of new shows to feature here, as well as some old favorites. All right. And of course, we've got a theme. We've got a theme going on here. All right. Look at that. We got a medic here. He's wearing his socks. Okay. He's in his socks. He's got a waifu there. Looks like he's ready to lay her down by the fire. All right. He's going to lay her down by the fire. Tell her all about the birds and the bees. All right. That's the theme. That actually is the theme. The birds and the bees. Okay. But not what you're thinking. All right. Get your minds out of the gutter.
Is the power of George Washington.
Let's make Saturday morning cartoons volume 100 a landmark milestone to remember, and make it a good one.
Oh, it will be, Joe Maxwell. It will be. I mean, you guys seem to enjoy the birthday lineup that I did back in January, so I think you're really going to enjoy volume 100 as well. But yeah, so thank you, by the way, for that. Tomorrow morning, the theme is birds and the bees, but get your mind out of the gutter. It's not what you're thinking, all right? It's not what you're thinking, all right? I'm talking alien birds and mutant bees, okay? That's what I mean. These birds and the bees, all right? We got alien birds, giant mutant bees, and we've got waifus crashing into trees. All right, so it's all about the birds, the bees, and the waifus crashing into trees. That's what we've got tomorrow morning, okay? So if you notice from these two, we've got sectars. If you guys recognize that, we got sectars there. That's a new one on the channel, and that's the one I was talking about that most of you probably at the very least have heard of, because it's a well-known enough series to have gotten an action figure reboot. And I think it might even be that same company that did the Biker Mice that are doing the sectars action figure reboot, whatever you call it, the new ones. But this was a classic 80s show. It's been pretty difficult to find good quality rips of it, so I just sort of said, fuck it, you know. It's gonna be a little crunchy, a little 480p, you know.
Trip. Flits.
Not the bees.
Not the bees. Ah, they're in my eyes. They're in my. Dude, if this thing got in your eye, you'd be dead. Oh no, you'd be dead. Bee fever. Okay, bee fever. And then we've got the alien bird from Biker Mice from Mars. She's a bounty hunter. Okay, so major alliteration there. We got the bird bounty hunter, and her name is Billy. So Billy the bird bounty hunter. Okay, so we've got a lot of alliteration on her. That's from Biker Mice, another bee right there. Biker Mice, and then Sectar's there with the mutant bees. So alien birds, mutant bees, and then we've got waifus crashing into trees. This show is called Ring Raiders. And you would think, like, Ring Raiders, what does that have to do with a pilot waifu? What is she flying? Well, if you guys remember, this was a very short-lived toy line and an even shorter-lived animated series with only 5 episodes. I guess, you know, a little bit longer than Vitor, the Starfire champion, but I mean, hey, that was super short-lived. But yeah, 5 episodes only ever made of this show. That'll let you know how good it was, right? That's an indication of how popular this was, right? Is that, yeah, Ring Raiders, where you had a little, it's like a Micro Machine airplane. I don't know if they were the same size as Micro Machines, maybe like Hot Wheel size, not very big, because it had to sit on this little plastic pole on a ring, and then of course you'd put the ring on your hand and I guess just fly it around. I don't really know. I remember seeing the commercials as a kid and thinking that was pretty dumb. You know, they couldn't even sell me as a kid. As a young bacon bit, I was like, yeah, that looks pretty stupid. That looks pretty. So I don't need a little airplane on a ring. You know, I can just hold the plane and you know, whatever. And you had, at the time, you had stuff like G.I. Joe and Ninja Turtles with all these big vehicles that were really cool. Why do I want this little dinky thing on a ring? Like, man, it was stupid. But what I did not know, because I never saw any of these 5 episodes that they made back when I was a bacon bit, so I didn't even know they made a show for it. You know, they were really trying to sell. I think there was even a comic book too. They were really trying to get the Ring Raiders to be a thing. Okay, the Ring Raiders. They were really trying to make it a thing. But yeah, so we've got an episode, one of the 5 episodes here. We're going to debut it tomorrow morning. You know, first time on this channel. I don't know if anybody else has ever seen this show, but it'll be the first time on this channel. And of course, we've got waifu pilots. So like I said, birds, bees, and waifus crashing into trees. It's going to be a pretty janky morning. It's a lot of cheese. So bad it's good, but that's how we like it. We want to riff on it, right? Last week it was genuinely good. You know, the last week's lineup, not too much to riff on. Like, everything was genuinely good. Now, there will be a couple of things. Don't get me wrong. I do have in particular one episode to A-log here. But you know, Dungeons and Dragons, Transformers, Mummies Alive. It was a good lineup, you know, just genuinely enjoyable. Not that bad. So I'm like, you know what? We need that cheese. We need that jank. I want to riff on something. I want something so bad. Maybe it's not even good, you know? I just want to riff on it with the bacon ears. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow morning. We got Sectars. We got Ring Raiders, Biker Mice from Mars. We got waifus. And you'll notice another theme here. I wasn't just joking around for that one episode there. We're going to have a running theme of waifus piloting flying aircraft here, crashing into things.
Billy the bouncy big busted beautiful bounty bird battles before and beyond to bust our biker boys' balls.
Maverick goes full Dr. Seuss. Maverick is going full Dr. Seuss over here. My goodness. Thank you, Maverick, for that ticket to ride on the BOOGA train there. Was BOOGA in that? You missed a B. It was BOOGA. Booga for Billy the bouncy, whatever. I can't even say all that. But thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. So yeah, you're going to have a running theme here of waifus piloting aircraft, and hopefully they don't land upside down. Maybe they will crash. I mean, you know, surely it can't be. Surely nothing. You know, I'm exaggerating. Surely it won't be. Oh no. No, yeah, it's going to be bad. Yeah, it's going to be bad. Okay. It's going to be bad. I don't know. Yeah, just like a woman. Yeah, where's Skeletor at? Just like a woman. Yeah, you know, you thought it was a joke. he thought like, okay, man, not all the waifu pilots crash into things. Oh, really? Perhaps you spoke too soon. There's even some flaming wreckage in the background there. She might have crashed into another aircraft, again, predicting the future. I don't know how these old shows, they knew the future, man. They knew it was coming. So yeah, we're gonna have waifu pilots crashing into things. But we've also got sort of a repeat of last week. Last week the buns in the sun. We had some buns in the sun, and we're gonna have that. Summer's coming real soon. It's getting warm outside. The sun's out. We did that. I don't know where you guys live, but here in the States, we did that daylight saving times. I hate the daylight saving time thing, but it does make the sun stay up later. Feels like we get more of that daylight during our waking hours. And so sun's out, buns out. All right. Sun's out, buns out. So we had some of that last week, beach episode or two last week, and so we've got a little bit of that here again this week with G.I. Joe. Did you know this is from G.I. Joe? This is from G.I. Joe. What's going on? I mean, they got the Baroness, they got Lady J, Scarlet. It's not like there's any shortage of babes in G.I. Joe, right? Some total hotties, but my goodness, the animators, what are you doing? What are you doing? So yeah, sun's out, buns out in G.I. Joe. And of course, all the Baconeers. All the GI Baconeers, okay? It's not G.I. Joe anymore. It's GI Baconeers. They're all like, let's go. We're here to wrangle a waifu. I don't know. This reminds me of a different meme. I don't know. But, they're ready to wrangle a waifu here. Yeah, G.I. Joe is pretty crazy. That's why Cobra Commander, exactly, Philip Fabian. That clip of Cobra Commander, give me butts. Yeah, he's not joking around, man. He's not joking around. He demanded that. Maybe that was the ransom. He's got some world-ending device. Again, what is it this week? How's he going to end the world this week? I don't know, but his ransom, his demand is for butts, and they delivered. Okay, they delivered. So yeah, we've got waifus trying to pilot aircraft. This guy doesn't look too happy about it. All right, this guy, he knows. He's like, you get the hell out of the pilot seat. What are you doing? Unhand that joystick, okay? Unhand that joystick. What are you doing? You're not even wearing a proper uniform or anything. How did she get in there? Who let you in there? Who even let you in there? What is going on? So yeah, he's like, come on, we don't have it in the budget. You've already crashed one chopper. We don't have it in the budget. There's another, he saw the flaming wreckage, he's like, there's another plane. You probably were responsible for that too. Get out of there. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. So yeah, it's going to be a good episode. I see Daryl Waylick knows which one it is. He says, I love this episode. Are you just saying that because of these screenshots, or do you actually know which one it is? It is a fun episode. It's that, G.I. Joe got pretty zooked out in their later seasons. I mean, it was already a pretty wild show from the get-go, but it got crazier as it went.
Cheese is better the stinkier it is.
That's yes. Well put, Ganjizi. Thank you. Well put. That's right. We want that stinky cheese because that allows us to riff on it. The stinkier it is, the more you can riff on it, And that's what we want to do. We want to go Mystery Science Theater 3000. Let's go Mystery Science Theater 9000. Okay, let's go all the way. We're going over 9,000. All right, because we got a whole team of Baconeers to riff on it. Not just the three guys from the show. We got a whole team in the chat to riff on these shows. So yeah, we're going Mystery Science Theater 3000. Okay, maybe I'll call Mystery Bacon Theater. Maybe like that. Yeah, is it Limburger level? You know it, Duo Maxwell. You know it. Limburger level event. Okay. So yeah, G.I. Joe, Ring Raiders. Let's see what else we got. Oh, of course, the Baroness. How could I forget? If we're gonna play an episode of G.I. Joe, we gotta have the Baroness in there, right?
Swing, swing.
This is an actual screenshot from the episode. This was one that I had seen, like if you just search up the Baroness from the G.I. Joe cartoon on Google Image, it'll bring up this one. This is like quintessential, here she is, right? And I finally found the episode that it's from, and it's in one that has a lot of other good stuff going on for it too. Waifus crashing planes and helicopters, sun's out, buns out, all sorts of good stuff. This is going to be a crazy, just the one episode, just G.I. Joe alone is going to make it worth tuning in tomorrow, okay? So you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a really great stacked and packed lineup, all right? And then there's that flaming wreckage. Luckily, there were survivors. Duke and Scarlet barely got away with their lives. Scarlet must have been flying that plane. I'm just going to take a guess. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that Scarlet was the one piloting that plane. It's just going to keep the theme going, okay? It's going to keep the theme going. Like I said, birds and the bees and the waifus that crash into trees, but get your mind out of the gutter because we're talking mutant bees and alien birds, all sorts of crazy stuff. So sectars, we got sectars here with a bar winch, okay? So even on this bug planet, they've got bar winches there. But the weird thing about sectars, whatever planet they're from, you know, these weird alien bug people, the waifu wrangles you, okay? It's kind of like Russia. On the sectar world, the waifu wrangles you. So you better watch out. This guy wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. He was caught off guard. He wasn't paying. Look at him right here. He's just daydreaming. He's not even, you know, he's lucky that this waifu didn't get him, right? You know, get him with the poisonous stinger or something, you know? He's not even paying attention. He's just sitting here daydreaming. And next thing you know, he's getting wrangled in the spider web, wrangled and tangled. Death by snoo. That's right, Eric Teleria. Death by snoo. So you better pay attention. You got to pay attention, all right? Be careful out there because on the bug planet, they're ugly bugs. What was Starship Troopers? It's a bug planet, an ugly planet where the waifus wrangle you. You get wrangled and tangled in the spider web. Yep. So we've got sectars. Then speaking of wrangling, we're going to have plenty. We're going to have plenty tomorrow. I felt like I was slacking off a little bit. Only had like 1 or 2 wrangles last week. Not a whole lot. So we got to step it up. So we got the spider wrangle from sectars. We've got this one. I don't know if you guys recognize. Anybody recognize what this is from? Maybe I should just keep it a surprise. Oh no, Ron McChaos right there. I see you, Ron McChaos. It's Shelly. That's right. So we've got Monster Force. This one we haven't seen probably since October. I usually like to play this show around Halloween in the month of October, but it's too good of a show to just leave on the shelf for the rest of the year. So we got to bring it back. So we've got an episode of Monster Force. It's kind of like the Power Rangers team up to fight against the old classic Universal monsters. Although not all the monsters are evil. I think Frankenstein goes to Hollywood there, you know, a little nudge, nudge, wink, wink with the opening song. Frankie actually joins their team. He's like an ally, but they do fight against the creature from the Black Lagoon and Dracula. I think one of the team members is actually the Wolfman. So it's a pretty cool show. It's kind of like Power Rangers meets the Universal monsters in a glorious 90s animation. All right. So we're going to get a waifu wrangled there. We've got Charlie Girl watching the skies. She knows better. Okay. She likes to drive her motorcycles. You know, she wants to go along the adventures with the biker mice, even though Vinny, he's pretty base. So he's like, this isn't any place for a woman. All right. This is macho man stuff. We're going to go fight the bad guys. You stay back here. Have the, have the chili dogs ready. All right. Keep the chili dogs warmed up for us. All right. Keep it warm for us when we get back. This is Macho Man stuff. Vinny is based. All right. But Charlie Girl, she knows better. You know, that's really the only thing. Yeah, otherwise, she is pretty based. And so she knows I'm not flying anything. I'm keeping my feet on the ground. In fact, I'm going to look out. And see if there's any waifus piloting these aircraft because I don't want anything crashing into me. Right. So we got Charlie Girl keeping an eye on the skies for us there. And of course, the alien bird waifu that I mentioned earlier is from this episode of Biker Mice. And as we can see here, it looks like Throttle is trying to secure some cake there. What's going on? He's trying to secure some cake. You know, he's like, oh, what is it? It's just raining alien birds. What's going on here? There's a couple of ropes on her feet. Maybe she got wrangled and tangled. I don't know. But of course, Vinny, he jumps right into actually, let me show you how it's done. He's like, oh, I got this, Throttle. I got this. You know, calm down, buddy. Let me show you how it's done. And he does the proper wrangle right there. You know, Throttle's trying to be a gentleman, you know. He's like, oh, see, I rescued you. Maybe you're a little bit wrangled and tangled there around the legs, but that's okay. You know, we're going to secure the cake. And then Vinny's just like, oh, no, buddy. No, I got you. Let me show you how it's done. Okay. Going to show you how it's done. So he's wrangling and tangling and he's also inspecting, you know, he's like, hold on a second. I don't know if she's on our side. Okay. Whose side is she on? She's a bounty hunter. Okay. So whoever's paid the right price gets the bounty hunter on their side, a mercenary, right, on their side. So I got to inspect her for weapons. She might be packing heat, stacked and packed. got some weapons on you. Got to check it out. Got to make sure. And of course, Throttle, he's just like, again, he does this every time. He's kind of over it. He looks like he's kind of over Vinny's bullshit, right? He's just like, really, man, again, every fucking time, right?
Boobs!
But there he is. I mean, that's classic Vinny. Okay, that's classic Vinny. He's always inspecting stuff. So he's got to be thorough. He's got to be thorough there. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun episode of Biker Mice from Mars. We've got Monster Force, Ring Raiders, G.I. Joe. It's gonna be a good show and a couple other surprises. Okay, I didn't want to give everything away. There's a couple other shows in there that I won't mention. A few surprises in there for you, but everything will be gloriously cheesy. Okay, like I said last week, everything was actually good, like unironically good. Classic shows, Dungeons and Dragons, Transformers, things that were actually good, right? And not to say that all of these shows are bad. I mean, G.I. Joe is actually good, but it is a pretty janky episode. But most of the other shows are going to be pretty janky. Oh, let's go! I'm mesmerized. I'm stupefied.
This donation is to celebrate the channel finally giving Ring Raiders the ripping it needs. I'm sorry I work the morning shift, but he'll be there in spirit.
Oh, thank you, Daryl Waylick. Oh, man, you're going to miss out? Oh, man. But I appreciate that. Thank you for that dance there. Got me mesmerized. All right. Hypnotized. Stupefied. Let's go. Thank you so much, man. And let's see where we're at. That probably gets us into Sliver Country. Oh, I called it. We are in Sliver Country here. Almost to that third meter. That means we'll have at least one of the babes, all right, one of the X-Men waifus to unlock there that far, because I do have a couple before we get to those, but hey, we're getting there, all right, let's go. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun lineup, lots of cheesy goodness. We're gonna be no shortage of things to make fun of tomorrow morning, and it's gonna be a good time. So hopefully I will see you guys there. And speaking of, hold on, I didn't even notice here, I gotta make sure I give a proper announcement. Stream Boss Daryl Waylick, okay? You were already Stream Boss, but now you just added to that health bar a very respectable 95 hit points on that health bar, man. Thank you so much. All hail Daryl Waylick, okay? Get those pizza rolls raining. Get a waifu swanging for you, good sir. All hail Daryl Waylick, man. That's a respectable, very respectable health bar. I don't know if you're going to get knocked out anytime soon. It was a little bit of a battle earlier. But with that mesmerizing dance there, yeah, you just took it over, man. Thank you so much. All right. So yeah, hopefully I will see you guys for tomorrow morning. It's going to be a lot of fun. It makes it even better with the community. For anybody that is new here, you guys are in for a good time. If you've been watching the cartoons here on this channel, we do it every Saturday, but you already know the main attraction really is the community. Like the cartoons are fun, right? It's like, hey, we're going back, see some old commercials, feel like, back in the day when they were actually on the air, right? But the main attraction is really hanging out with the community in the chat, riffing on the shows. That's where most of the fun is. So hopefully I will see you guys there for that. And if not, catch the replay. Daryl Waylick, like you said, you got to catch a replay. Nothing wrong with that. You can read through the chat as you go along there. Oh, shit. It looks like it was a good thing Vinny was inspecting because, like most waifus, she likes big cannons. Look at that. Here you thought he was looking.
Boobs!
He was checking. No, he was really inspecting her for weapons, and it's a good thing because, my goodness, she's got cannons, all right? She's got big cannons, okay? All right, so for the Saturday night anime, tomorrow night, midnight Eastern Standard Time, this will be over on the second channel, Orbital Bacon Bits. And this one isn't really like a surprise. If you were here last week, you already know because we watched the first half.
Well, is it?
Is it? Oh, is that enough? Rogue is always enough, okay? That's why I named it that, put it at that level on purpose, because Rogue is always enough, just enough. Sometimes more than enough, it kind of depends, right? I mean, look at the size of that thing. But no, that is enough. We cleared that one. Now we got a nice empty bar. Oh man, it's lonely. Look at it, it's lonely. We need to stack that one up. It's lonely there. Even Sliver Country would be better than that. It's completely empty. So yeah, Saturday night anime. Thank you, by the way, Ron McChaos. Really appreciate that. So for Saturday night anime, last week we watched the first half So tomorrow night, we are going to finish the Guyver OVA. Now, I do have a bit of an update on this because something I did not realize until people pointed out to me. People love pointing out stuff like this. I've noticed that chat loves to point it out. Hey, this is the censored one. This one's been edited. You know, like lots of comments in the chat last week. Where oh, this is supposed to be more violent. You know, and he's like ripping the monster's arms off and poking the monster's eyes out and stuff like. I mean, I thought it was still pretty gory. You know, I'm watching it. I was like, man, I thought it was still pretty gory because he was like ripping arms off, poking eyes out, ripping heads off. I mean, it's all a bunch of like crazy monsters, so it's nothing. You know, it's just like sci-fi gore, so it's nothing too bad, right? But I thought that was the real deal. But people in the chat were telling me like, no. It's even bloodier, you know, like it's supposed to be even crazier than that, right? So I thought, okay, I must have inadvertently got that. I didn't even realize, you know? So as a bonus, I have obtained the original uncensored, okay? The original uncensored one. So this one has all the stuff that was, I guess, missing from last week, although we're not going to go back through. I'm not going to go back through and play the first 6 episodes again because I want to get through this and, you know, get to the next thing on the list. But the second half, because we will finish it. It's only 12 episodes long. That's the full series or OVA. This is the original OVA from 1989. Or was it 89 or 86? Either way, 80s, late 80s. And originally it was only 12 episodes long. So we did the first half last week. We're going to do the second half this week, but this will be the uncensored version, okay? Because I was looking through and I realized I compared it and I'm like, yep, I've got the wrong one here. We're gonna have a different theme song, Michael Russum. Yeah, there will be a different theme song and in-credit song. Both have been updated. So if you, most people seem to enjoy it last week. You know, I make it sound worse than it was. Like everybody was complaining. It wasn't that bad. It was just a few people in chat that were like, "Hey, I think this is the censored one." You know, I'm exaggerating. I'm hyping it up a little bit, exaggerating a little bit. You know how we do. But no, most people, in fact, really had a good time. They were telling me they loved it. People that thought, oh, you know, I looked at the thumbnail. I thought this was going to be the movie, or I thought this was going to be the 2005 series, but it's the late 80s. I love this one. It's so good. And people were having a great time. It's still a good show. Even the censored one is still really good. Yeah, Philip Fabian says, I thought it was awesome. Yeah, exactly, man. It was still good. It was still a great time. Lots of action. The voice acting ranges from a couple of actors, the characters they play, did pretty well, right? And then a couple, not so much. You know, that's putting it nicely, I think. You know, I'm looking at you, head boss of Kronos, with the Dr. Claw voice. Actually, it didn't even sound like Dr. Claw. It sounded like a kid trying to do the Dr. Claw voice. And this guy is like, if you've seen it, you'd know he looks kind of like if Joe Biden had a full head of hair. You know, like he's just this old man, this crotchety old man. But the voice actor sounded like a kid trying to do the Dr. Claw voice. It was really, I don't know what they were going for with that. So you had everything in between. Okay, you had some really janky voice acting, cheesy voice acting, and then you had some decent voice acting, like the guy who actually plays the main character, the Guyver. I thought he did all right. You know, I thought he did all right. So yeah, and Steve Bloom is in there. He's everywhere though. He's like in all the anime. I don't know. I thought this was maybe a little too old. I didn't know he was voice acting all the way back then. I figured he started in the 90s, but yeah, late 80s. He's in there too. So yeah, a whole range of quality when it comes to voice acting, but it was enjoyable, you know. And most people, like I said, most people had a really good time, despite me inadvertently getting the censored version on there. But don't worry, have no fear. The uncensored version is here for the second half, okay? Yeah, Dark Brandon. That's what, yeah, Painting and Rambling. I'm going to just call him Dark Brandon from now on. That's not Kronos or whatever his name was. That's Dark Brandon. That's literally what he was. He even had the red eyes and everything, man. It was so funny. It was so funny. So, yeah, we're going to have a good time with that. That'll be midnight Eastern Standard Time over on the second channel, the second half of Guyver. And don't worry if you haven't seen the first half or if you don't have time to go back and watch it to catch up. They do a pretty nice job of splitting it there with the plot line. You know, you could actually watch those first 6 episodes and just feel like it was done. You know, you could just feel like All right. Yeah. Nice. Maybe not a full conclusion. There were a couple of plot threads left hanging, but a nice conclusion, nice enough. But no, they keep it going another 6 episodes, kind of like a second arc, right? It's kind of like a second story arc. So that's what we're going to get into on Saturday Night Anime, the Anime Grindhouse. Let's see. Mighty Sky says Biker Mice from Mars. I hated Biker Mice from Mars. Well, give it another chance, man. Give it another chance. Because to be honest, look, I'll be 100% honest with you. When I was a kid, I sort of liked Biker Mice, when they first came out, because it was just, hey, anything that's like Ninja Turtles, give it a try. And it wore out its welcome pretty quick. Like, even as a kid, I was like, oh, you know what? I started watching it just wasn't grabbing me. And I was like, yeah, this is kind of like a Ninja Turtles knockoff. I'm kind of over it. And I was kind of like growing out of that stuff around that age anyway. So I was, whatever. But going back and watching it, I would say that it's better than Ninja Turtles. And you might go, what? Blasphemy. How dare you? But here's the thing. When I go back and try to watch those old Ninja Turtle episodes from the original series, the one that started in 87, it's tough to get through. I can watch 1 or 2 at a time. And, there's some good moments, whatever, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad because it's that weird level of cheese where it's not quite so bad that it's good, because it's not that bad, right? But that's the thing, is it's just not that bad. It's decent, and it gets kind of boring, to be honest. It's a little too plain, right? But Biker Mice from Mars is absolute insanity. They're just, I don't know, man. They were on some Zook when they were making that show. And it's actually quite different from the Ninja Turtles, aside from the whole, oh, well, they're a team of like animal mutant things. That's really where the similarities end. Their personalities are very different. Charlie's very different from April. I actually like her more than April. Again, oh my, how could you? Blasphemy, right? No, I'm serious, man. I actually like Charlie Girl better than April O'Neil. So yeah, man, I enjoy Biker Mice, dude. Give it a shot. Give it a shot, man. You'll be pleasantly surprised if you watch it with different eyes. All right. So yeah, we got the Guyver tomorrow night. Hopefully I will see you guys there for that. It's going to be a really good show, especially that final episode. You're going to be glad. I'm not going to spoil too much here. There's a little bit of a hint. If you know, you know. There's a little bit of hint in this image. In this image, there's a little bit of a hint. If you know, you know. But you're going to be very happy that I found the uncensored version for the last episode. That's all I'm going to say, okay? All right, so let's get into the news and updates here. Got a couple of little bits of news and updates to go through this past week. Nothing too much in the news, although maybe I should look up that Snow White chat music. What's it called? Like AI chat? Let me see. I don't even know how to look for that, how to search for that. Somebody DM it to me. Somebody DM it to me, if you don't mind. I don't even really know what to look for, because every time I've seen them, it's because somebody posted it. Somebody posted it. It was like on Twitter. Somebody posted in the Discord, whatever. But yeah, somebody DM me or Crossfire. Yeah. Post a link here. If you got a wrench, if you're a channel member, post a link here. Or wait, chat music here. I'll just copy and paste this, what Reverb said. That way you guys don't have to. I shouldn't be making you guys do stuff. Let me give you homework. Let me give you a chore to do. No, I'm the one putting on the show here. I should do it. All right, so here we go. Let's find it. Part 3. Oh my goodness. All right, let's watch this real quick. And then I'll get into the news. We got to watch this real quick. All right. Do I even have probably not. Okay. There it is. All right, there it is. All right, let's go.
I think a happy ending would be if she is the apple in the movie fades to black.
Agreed.
For this apple canceled due to premium, so I can't enjoy the ads.
Oh, damn.
Could make such a bomb. Disney's going down faster and faster. This movie been released in the 1900s sites, and it would have been forgotten as the worst disaster.
Oh, shit.
Along within a mile of the school. The United States military.
Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, damn. The dwarves look like none of them are allowed within a mile of a school. Holy shit. Brutal. That is brutal. That might be the best comment I've seen. That is brutal.
use this movie as an interrogation tool.
Oh, damn.
Zagalor's gearing up for a new career as a cashier at TJ Maxx. When your lead actor is so toxic, she poisons the apple instead. Lord Farquaad couldn't get the princess, so he became one. Congrats for her transition.
Holy shit. Okay, yeah, this is the best one. You weren't kidding. You weren't kidding earlier when you said that this one had you like rolling on the floor, like side-splitting laughter, right? Holy shit. Lord Farquaad transitioned. Oh, congrats, Lord Farquaad, on your transition. Based.
Zagalor's gearing up for a new career as a cashier at TJ Maxx. When your lead actor is so toxic, she poisons the apple instead. Lord Farquaad couldn't get the princess, so he became one. Congrats for her transition. Snow White eats the apple but is unable to sue because she agreed to the Disney Plus terms and conditions. This makes YouTube Rewind look like a cinematic masterpiece.
Oh, damn. I forgot about it. Do they even still do YouTube Rewind? I think it got buried, you know, it got memed into the ground. Yeah, oh man. What was it? It was like Will Smith or something being extra cringy. Not as bad as this.
Knowing that this movie exists truly makes me jealous of the blind, the deaf, and the deceased. Mirror on the wall. Disney disliked this from heaven. Mirror on the wall. March 21st is the new 9/11.
Oh shit.
Audience concerning Dwarf Vader. Dropped the biggest shit and didn't even give us toilet paper. Coming to a theater near you decides to live off grid. My Wi-Fi tried to disconnect itself to save me from watching this. If she's Snow White, then I'm Michael Jordan. At this rate, Disney are gonna make Mickey Mouse a dolphin. This trailer made Serbian Phil emotionally rewarded.
Oh shit.
The only snow that's white here is the one Disney's executives keep snoring.
Oh damn. I love this one too. The only snow that's white here is the one Disney snorting. The executives snorting that snow. Holy shit. Mud Brown.
Keep snoring. Mirror on the wall. When did Lord Farquaad get so tall? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who approved that wig after all? Mirror, mirror on my screen. Can this trailer be unseen? Mirror, mirror on the wall. What's the shittiest remake of them all? Shut it.
Damn. The one that said the dwarves don't look like they're allowed within a mile of a school. That one and the only snow that's white is the blow that they're snorting. Those two right there. Those are legendary comments. Holy shit, that was amazing. Yeah, that was totally worth it. Thank you. Yeah, that was amazing. Holy shit. Round of applause. Round of applause for that chat AI song. Roasting the hell out of Mud Brown there. Roasting the hell out of Mud Brown like it deserves. Mirror, mirror on the wall, get your eyes checked out, okay? Go get some bifocals. Damn. All right, so let's get into the news and updates. So we talked about at the beginning of the stream. I think I might have mentioned it here and there in some previous streams where, you know, we've been watching stuff in the Discord server that isn't able to be shown on YouTube because certain studios like Warner Brothers, Disney, you know, as we just saw them get roasted there, Universal, Hanna-Barbera, you know, there's a handful of them out there that are like very strict with their properties, with their IPs, and they don't want the shows, even portions of them, you know, they don't want anything available on YouTube unless it's from them. They won't even let you give them the ad revenue for it. You know what I mean?
What we just watched was the voice of the people, since all of them are comments from the trailer.
Yeah. I mean, those are like the AI just makes it music, just sets the lyrics and the music. But all of those comments were pulled from the actual comment section there. That's what I'm saying, man. People were just destroying it. AI is not that clever. AI is not that clever at all. It's cool for making the music and everything, and maybe some janky images. I'm not a big fan of AI art. It's pretty jank. But yeah, no, that was the actual comment section. People are just roasting the hell out of it. Fucking based. Anyway, the shows that I'm not able to play on YouTube because, Disney, Warner Brothers, these big studios that don't want, even if you give them the ad revenue, they don't want you showing it only on their channels, if they even have channels. I guess they want you to buy the DVD or sign up for their subscription services or whatever it is. So we've been watching that stuff in the Discord, like X-Men, the animated series, right? But because of that, I've been sort of neglecting the Bacon Bits watch parties, over on the second channel. And of course, we still do Adventures of Sinbad, that's coming up later tonight. We still have the Anime Grindhouse, that's tomorrow night, right? But during the week, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it used to be, I think, more than that. I think it was like 4 days a week or something. We used to do watch parties over there, especially once this channel started getting heat for shows like I mentioned, where Disney is like, hey, no, we don't want you having that. So it's like, all right, I'll try to play this stuff over on the second channel. And, we got to watch some things over there, but I've been sort of neglecting it to do the Discord watch parties. Well, it's time to bring it back. All right. Time to bring it back. So we're doing some shows. I actually got a handful of shows here that we're going to slowly start to go through every Tuesday and Thursday.
Great is the power of George Washington.
Disney more or less evil than Cronus?
Oh man, more evil. They're the worst. They're the absolute worst. I would rather have Kronos making the Snow White reboot, Let Kronos, let Dark Brandon make the Snow White live action adaptation, because they're less evil than Disney. Okay? They're less evil than Disney. So yeah, I got a handful, and thank you for that, Joshua. I got a handful of shows here that we're going to be watching over on Bacon Bits during the week. Now, we're still going to do the Discord watch parties for the shows that we can't watch here. So we just finished X-Men, the animated series. I've got one coming up. I'll show you here in a second, but I wanted to go ahead and give you a heads up. Pay attention to the second channel, not just on Saturdays anymore and Friday nights if you watch Sinbad, but during the week, keep an eye on your notifications, because we are going to start putting shows on there during the week. And what I think I'm going to do, because the watch parties...
You're really stacked, aren't you?
Rachel Zegler in the reboot of Teen Wolf.
Only if she plays the wolf. Like the transformed wolf. Like, it starts out as a normal girl, right? And then when she transforms, it becomes Rachel Zegler with her back hair. She's got all that back hair. So she doesn't even need much makeup. They don't even need to put a suit on her or anything. Okay, so yeah, blood work. Thank you. That's a stacked Catgirl, by the way. Thank you. Waifus go whack for the stack. But Rachel Zegler for the reboot of Teen Wolf, only if she plays the wolf. So yeah, keep an eye out on the Bacon Bits channel during the week, because what I'm going to do is play these a little bit earlier. We're going to start these a little bit earlier, maybe like an hour, not a whole lot, like maybe like 7 p.m. or whatever, so that they go until about 9 p.m. And then we'll start the Discord watch parties at 9 p.m. Because what I noticed is that when we're watching like X-Men, the animated series, for instance, about halfway through, a lot more people would show up. And in some cases, we'd have our largest group at like the last episode of the night. We'd get down to the final episode of the night, and it's everybody's there. And they're, oh man, I only made it here for one episode. Oh, I missed the whole thing, right? So what I'm thinking is we'll start the Bacon Bit watch party a little bit earlier, just a little bit, so that it pushes back the Discord watch party a little bit later. And that way it gives people a broader range to be able to join. Because if you can't make the Bacon Bits one, you get the replay. You just go back and watch the replay. There's no replay for the Discord stuff. That's sort of the whole point, is that we can't put them up on YouTube. You don't get to the video on demand unless you have the streaming service or you own the DVD. You got to be there. You got to be there live, right? So we're going to start those a little bit later. and we're going to have the Bacon Bitch watch parties that even if they're a little too early for you and you can't make it, you at the very least you can go back and do a replay. So I've got some shows, sectars, we've got some cartoons here. If they're popular on the Saturday morning lineups, then I'll add those over there. But as you can see on screen right here, I mentioned this on a previous live stream that I recently discovered the RoboCop live action series is playable on YouTube. All right. So we're going to do that's what we're going to start with. That's actually what we're going to start with. We're going to have the RoboCop live action TV series, which is actually a really good fit for Bacon Bits because we've done the Conan live action series. We're currently doing Sinbad. We've had Black Scorpion, Lex, a bunch of live action series, mostly sci-fi, fantasy type stuff, a lot of cheese and jank, with the CGI and the acting and all that, but it's a lot of fun, right? So I think the RoboCop live action series would be a perfect fit, but I'll also show some cartoons, things that are popular on Saturday morning that haven't already been collected previously, because a lot of shows we already have, and especially if you are a channel member, you have access to the video archive. So you can actually go back and see some stuff that has also been taken down, like Galaxy Rangers recently, Lionsgate. I guess they got the license or something to it. I don't know. But Lionsgate recently started taking down all the Galaxy Rangers episodes, not just from my channels, but all across YouTube. Luckily, they are backed up on the archive. So if you are a channel member, you have access to the archive. You can still check out Galaxy Rangers and all the other shows that have been uploaded, whether they're still up or not. A lot of them get taken down, but there are still a few up there. But they're all in the archive. So you can watch them there. You can also download them, So we're going to do stuff like that where shows like RoboCop, the live action series, for the time being, it's allowed. We're going to play it on Bacon Bits. I'll back it up on the archive in case they ever change their minds. So that's what we're going to start with. That'll be on Tuesday, probably around 7 p.m. Eastern. I might still start it at 8. I don't know. It kind of depends on how long each volume is. Like if it's a full 2 hours, then yeah, I'll probably start it at 7 so it doesn't go too late. But if it's like an hour, hour and a half, because Sinbad, they're a little shorter. They're like an hour and a half. Then might start it at like 7:30 or might just keep it at 8. And then afterwards, we'll head to the Discord and we'll do a watch party in there for a show that can't be shown on YouTube because Disney owns Marvel, which really sucks because it's gone downhill ever since. And you guys might know what I'm talking about, okay? Together, we're fighting as one. We got Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the entire series. I've got the whole series on DVD, 2 seasons, 26 episodes, 2 seasons, the best adaptation of Avengers, just like X-Men from the 90s is the best adaptation of the X-Men. No doubt about it. I will not accept any arguments on that, okay? X-Men is the best from the 90s. And this is the equivalent for the Avengers, even though it's a little bit more modern. It was kind of like around the late 2010s, somewhere around there, somewhere around 2010, give or take. But it's really, really well done. It follows the comic book storylines about as faithfully as the X-Men series did. And by that, I mean, like, they do still change some things, skip over some things. It's the nature of the beast when you do adaptations from books or comic books to movies or TV shows, right? But it is more faithful than the shows that came after. What was the one that came after Avengers Assemble? That they were just doing the MCU again. Like, who cares? Who fucking cares, right? But no, Earth's Mightiest Heroes actually adapts comic book storylines, both classic and some more modern ones, like that before Disney took over. So good modern ones like Secret Invasion. So we're gonna have Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and that'll start Tuesday in the Discord after RoboCop. So we'll meet on Bacon Bits. We'll watch a volume of RoboCop, the live action series, and then we'll head to the Discord and we'll watch the first group of episodes. Probably do like 5 or 6 episodes. I don't want to keep people up too late. I know I'm not sleeping these days, but I don't want to keep everybody else up too late, right? So we'll do 5 or 6 episodes. It'll probably be from around 9 p.m. Eastern to like 11. No later than midnight, okay? And that's Eastern Standard Time. So if you're on the West Coast, it won't even really be that late for you. It'll be over by like 9 p.m. if you're on the West Coast. But it's a great series. I've got all 26 episodes. Lots of good voice. It's like X-Men, lots of good voice acting, storylines. character designs, as you can see right here. And I know that this is not an exact screenshot, but it's pretty damn close. It's actually pretty damn close. All right. This is an outfit. If you call it an outfit, it's just a bathing suit, whatever. But it is from an episode. Yeah, pretty darn close. Pretty darn close. So yeah, that one's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully I will see you guys in there for that. Now for channel surfing, coming up on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. I know I started late, like 30 minutes late. I was just running late. You know, the lack of sleep thing has really been throwing me off. I'm starting to get better though. Starting to feel better. Starting to get better. You know, we started tonight mostly on time. I think I was like 5 minutes late tonight. You know, not too bad though. It wasn't like on Wednesday I was 30 minutes late, and on last Friday I was like an hour late. You know, we're doing better. We're doing better. We're getting there. Okay, we're getting there. So.
Magnificent! Look at the size of that thing!
Check out Cornbread Hemp, homie. Help you with your sleep issues.
Oh, thank you, man. Oh, and we got a visit from the Gyat Fairy too.
If anyone is interested in Silverhawks, then you should check out Dynamite, for they are making a Silverhawks comic book, with 2 issues out already.
Nice, nice. I wonder if they're going to get an action figure reboot as well. I think I might have seen that. I think I might have seen like prototype images or something where they're making new Silverhawks figures as well. You know, it's kind of all they can do at this point. You know, everything new is pretty shitty, so they're just going to go back and, well, we know people like this stuff. We know people like this old stuff from the 80s and the 90s. Right. So we'll just keep making more of it. You know, it's like a double-edged sword. You know, it's like, it's cool because it's like, all right, you know, it's cool to get new things from these old properties that we like, but we also don't get anything new. Like there's no creativity. There's no imagination anymore. And that's kind of a bummer. That was one of my favorite things about a lot of these old shows. That's why I say go back and give Biker Mice a chance. I think it was Mighty Sky Wizard, you know. Go back and give Biker Mice a second chance because it's actually like very creative, lots of imagination in there, and it's just good fun. And we don't really get that these days. Everything is just a reboot, a remake, a rehash, right? I miss that. I miss creativity. I miss imagination. So, but no, that is cool. That is cool though. And then Bloodwork said to check out Cornbread Hemp. All right. I don't even know, like hemp. I think of those, rope looking necklaces that hippies wear. So I don't know, man, but if it'll help with sleep issues, I think there's a couple of things. I was going to look at like tryptophan, you know, the stuff that's in turkey that makes you sleepy. And that's even if I still need it. I mean, it's my second week. I think it's going to balance out because I have noticed that I'm feeling tired now. Like I stay up to watch the movies because it's like, hey, I want to keep watching the movie, but I am starting to feel tired, and I've been working out a lot more, and that also makes me tired.
They also got a Thundercats line as well, up to 15 issues with a Cheetah, a 5-part mini-series.
Oh, let's go. Hell yeah. Thank you, Reverb154. Lots of good info tonight. I like there's lots of good info tonight, guys. I like that. Thank you. But yeah, you know, I've been working out a lot more than I was before, probably because I have more energy, you know, not being on the stuff, right? And it helps me make me tired as well. So good stuff. But thank you guys, man. Bacon Ears, you're the best. I say it all the time. Best community on YouTube. You guys are always looking out for me, looking out for each other. You guys are awesome, man. Appreciate it. So channel surfing, all right? Channel surfing's coming up. This time we'll start on time, okay? We'll start on time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it'll be Wednesday. And the theme this time, hopefully I picked a good, I think, you know, we ended up having fun on the last one.
Buy some melatonin gummies to help you sleep as well. Works for me. Rachel Zegler's gonna need a lifetime of burn heals because if she's a Pokemon, her ass is grass and the comments are the move Fire Blast. It's super effective.
It's super effective. Maybe I'll just put on Rachel Zegler interviews, you know? Maybe that'll put me right out to sleep. You know, I'll probably want to like beat my head into the desk until I'm unconscious. You know, and then I'll really get some good sleep, you know? Just put on some Rachel Zegler interviews. There you go. So thank you, Duo Maxwell. Appreciate it. So yeah, channel surfing will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are gonna start on time this week, okay? And this past one, I was a little shaky about the theme because at first people were like, oh, I didn't know what to find, or a couple people even said, I'm not really too wild about this theme. I'm like, oh man, Was it a dud? Was it a dud? But we ended up having fun. I think because I was really out of it at the start of the stream, and by the end, I was feeling like my old self. I was having a good time. You guys lifted my spirits, so, and you guys seem to be having a good time too. So I think we turned it around. We had a good theme this past week, but this time I think this one will definitely be good. All right. So here's the theme. Spies and Masters of Disguise. All right, we're doing Spies and Masters of Disguise.
Praise the power of George Washington.
And of course, there's also the Energon Universe comics. Those are a good read. I highly recommend it.
I've read a couple of those. Those are good. I've read a couple of those. So yeah, for this theme, and thank you, Prince of the Abyss. So this theme is Spies and Masters of Disguise. So think like James Bond, but of course there's all sorts of other. That's not the only spy movie franchise out there. There's a whole bunch of them. There's parodies like Austin Powers, Get Smart. There were actually a bunch of parodies. Like I think a lot of people probably assume Austin Powers was the first big spy movie parody, but Get Smart was a whole TV series. The Pink Panther with Inspector Clouseau. You guys remember Inspector Clouseau? Does your dog bite? And then the dog is no. And the dog bites him. I thought you said he didn't bite. It's not my dog. So I love those old Pink Panther movies. Yeah, Archer. Archer's a great one, right? Oh man, see, I didn't even think about Archer until now. That's a great like spy parody show. That show is hilarious. But yeah, the old Pink Panther movies with Inspector Clouseau, those would crack me up, man. We're gonna have to watch some of those. But yeah, so whether it's serious like James Bond or goofy like Get Smart, Austin Powers, there's TV shows. There was a James Bond Jr. TV show. There's spy video games, like Metal Gear Solid is kind of like a spy thing. You're stealthing around, right? What was the other one? Splinter Cell. I think Splinter Cell was the other one where you're kind of like a spy, right? So there's video games out there. There's cartoons, toys, commercials. Even if the commercial is for like food or something, if they're using a spy as the theme of the commercial, then put that in there. Whatever you guys got, whatever your favorite. Yeah, Spy versus Spy from the Mad magazine. Yeah, Naked Gun. Oh, Naked Gun was also sort of making fun of those James Bond movies and stuff too, huh? Yeah, Perfect Dark. So you guys, Inspector Gadget. So you guys, okay, I'm not even worried. I'm not even worried about this one. You guys already know. You know the assignment. You understand the assignment. This message will self-destruct in 60 seconds, okay? So I'm not going to speak any more on that, all right? Spies and Masters of Disguise, you know the assignment. It's going to self-destruct, so let's go, all right? So that's going to be, but real quick, before it self-destructs, that also includes your favorite Bond girl, okay? Because they're from the James Bond. Those are spy movies. So if you just want to say, hey, here's my favorite Bond girl. I know everybody's got a favorite. Out there, okay? So whoever your favorite Bond girl is, if you want to put that in there, whatever it may be, all right? I think this is going to be a really fun theme, okay? Really fun theme. Yeah, there's comics. There's all sorts of stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing, just like every week, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys bring to the table, because I'll think of some stuff and go, oh, this will be pretty cool. I'll show the Baconeers, maybe and then you guys bring stuff that I forgot about or didn't know about. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Inch High Private Eye.
See, I don't even know that one. Inch High Private Eye? What is that like? Is that an old like comic strip or something? Thank you, Gonjeezy. Yeah, see, I don't even, there's stuff that you guys are going to bring that I'm sure I've never heard of. Like, I enjoyed spy movies. I was a pretty big fan of James Bond back in the day, and I watched some of the parodies. I watched Inspector Gadget as a kid. I watched Get Smart as a kid. And in my teens, I was watching the Austin Powers movies and things like that, right? But I bet there's going to be stuff that you guys bring that I've never even heard of. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think this is going to be a fun theme. I've got a song already in mind to play at the start of the show. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So yeah, Spies, Masters of Disguise. And speaking of, Masters of Disguise, Turtle, right? Nobody better send that clip. In fact, I'm gonna veto that right now. I don't want to be seeing that turtle, okay, from Master of Disguise or whatever. I'm just kidding. You guys send whatever you want. I say that, and you guys are probably gonna troll me. Everybody's gonna send in that damn turtle clip. We're gonna end up watching through that whole movie just by clip by clip. Everybody keeps sending in different ones, and we're gonna end up seeing that whole thing. But yes. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Daryl Waylick says it's gonna be a 6-hour stream. Bring a sandwich. Are you saying we're gonna break the record? We're gonna break the 5.5-hour record, go 6 hours. That's maybe that's a good thing. It sounds like we picked a good theme. Okay, sounds like we're gonna have a good time with that one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys got. It should be fun. So that'll be Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Send in the turtles, troll the bacon. All right, waste his face. I shouldn't have even said anything. Oh, what have I done? Turtle, what have I done? All right, so Spies and Masters of Disguise. That's the theme. Hopefully, I will see you guys there for that one. All right. Let's get into some Saturday morning memes. Let's A-log some cartoons, man. We had a good time last week. There wasn't that much jank or cheese. There was a little bit, but it was mostly just good shows, man. A lot of good shows last week. Mummies Alive, Dungeons and Dragons, man. I had a lot of fun last week watching those shows because it was just good. It felt like the good old days. All the shows were good. There was nothing boring where I'm like, oh, I want to change the channel. And even some of the shows like Maxie's World, where I wouldn't have watched that back in the day. But the episode that we watched on Saturday was insane. Zooked out. Absolutely insane. So, yeah, we got to take a look at that. I made a couple of memes here. Let's check them out. First up, the Transformers, man, they know how to party. Now, we already sort of looked at this scene from the beer edition of Channel Surfing. We did a beer commercial edition of Channel Surfing. And this was one of my clips. I was like, oh, remember the time the Transformers got drunk, right? But watching it again, it was even better watching it with all the bacon ears on Saturday morning. And it made me think, we're having a TV party. All right, TV party tonight. Let's go. TV party tonight.
TV party tonight! TV party tonight! TV party tonight! TV party tonight! We're gonna have a TV party tonight! Alright! We're gonna have a TV party, alright! Tonight! We got nothing better to do than watch TV and have a couple of brews. All our friends are gonna hang out here tonight. All right. We'll pass out on the couch. All right.
And the Thundercracker just passes out. He's the one who passed out on the couch. He's the one who passed out on the couch. It's Thundercracker. I love that. We're gonna pass out on the couch. He just falls over.
We'll pass out on the couch. All right.
And he's gone. He's gone. Chug, chug, chug. Yeah, bass wave. That's how you party right there. The Decepticons, they know how to party. Look at Rumble here hiccuping, man. Look at his face. His whole face warps. His whole face starts to warp. He's so zooked out, man.
And watch TV and have a couple of brews. All our friends are gonna hang out here tonight. All right. We'll pass out on the couch. All right.
It looks like he says it too. Like he's the one saying the lyrics. Oh man, good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, the Decepticons, man, they know how to party. They know how to party. We're having a TV party tonight. All about me and the Decepticons. We're having a TV party tonight. Let's go. Let's go. Electric Monk says this song brings me back to my punk rock karaoke days. Yeah, dude, it's a classic. It's a classic. Yeah, it lined up pretty good, man. That's because the Decepticons know how to party, man. They're getting wasted. They're getting Decepticon wasted. All right, passing out right there in the desert on the couch. So yeah, it was good. Yeah, I just was like, I gotta make it. I have to make this meme. It was kind of stupid, but whatever, But the show that we really need to talk about is Maxie's World. This was the one that I was saying I normally wouldn't watch this. If it was on back in the day, I would have been like, this is for girls. I'm not watching this, right? It's like Barbie. It's like a Barbie cartoon. But holy shit, is it insane? This show is out there, man. It's really out there. Like, I don't know. They were on that Snow White that the Disney executives are doing. You know what I mean? They were on that Snow White that the Disney executives are doing because this show is absolutely insane. They introduce here, She's not a Gyat Fairy. She's not the Gyat Fairy. She's the Fat Fairy. Okay? We have a Fat Fairy. Not that the fairy's fat, but she visits the girls that are, I guess, worried about being fat and gives them motivation. It's a motivation. I don't know, man. It's pretty based. This is again just like the Decepticon TV party. Oh man, that takes me back, right? Well, this is how we did it old school, keeping the girls in shape by body shaming. Let's go.
I'll never be thin.
You're so right. Look in the mirror, Tubbo.
This girl's just like, oh man, I'm never gonna be thin. And the Fat Fairy pops up to say, that's right, Tubbo. Look in the mirror. You're hideous. She's fat.
You're so right. Look in the mirror, Tubbo.
Huh?
Gross.
Gross. Oh shit. Man, see this is another time, you know. This is another time. This is another one of those, oh, couldn't make that today. They'd never be able to air that on television these days, right? People say that a lot. I'm like, man, this is what we need to go back to. Look, she's horrified. Oh, it's disgusting.
Gross.
She passes out. She just faints. She's just in the Fat Fairy. The Fat Fairy showed her a visage, right? You know, gave her this vision of like what she would look like if she was fat, and she just passes out. Can't even take it. Goes unconscious right away.
I'm sorry, but you're just too fat. Come back when you drop
She's too fat. She's fat.
50 pounds. Or better yet, go see my friend, the movie producer. He's making a movie called The Attack of the 50-Foot Sea Cow.
Holy shit. Oh man, I didn't know this was gonna have a Rosie O'Donnell cameo in this cartoon. But hey, you know what? Actually, you don't even have to lose any weight. Just go sign up for this movie, Attack of the 50-Foot Sea Cow. Brutal. Absolutely brutal, man. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, back in the day, I would not have watched this show. I would have thought, oh, that's stupid. But watching it now, it's fucking hilarious. This is what we need. This is what the world needs. Some fat shaming.
You're perfect for the lead.
And she actually goes and does it. She's like, all right, fine. I might as well, right? I want to be in the movies. Might as well. The fat Zilla.
This is fun.
No, stop eating. What you?
Isn't she perfect?
She's floating away. She said that she's bursting at the seams. Like, holy shit, man. They are ruthless in this. Absolutely brutal, man. Oh, bursting at the seams. She's floating away like a giant blimp. It's like a giant blimp. Bursting at the seams, man. Absolutely felted.
I was so fat I turned into a blimp. I'll never.
She said it. Oh man, I turned into a fucking blimp.
I was so fat I turned into a blimp.
See, that'll make you want to stay in shape, right? Right, ladies? Right, lady? Watching this show back in the day probably led to some eating disorders. I don't know. One person's eating disorder is another person's fit body, right? We don't want any blimps, any land whales. Attack of the 50-Foot Sea Cow. All right, Tubbo. So yeah, we had the Fat Fairy come visit this one. Oh wait, I hit the wrong. There we go. We had the Fat Fairy come visit this girl and yeah, basically traumatize her into ever gaining weight. or to never gaining weight. So yeah, we need to bring that back. We need to take it back. You know, we used to be a proper country, and we would fat shame people. I think we need to make that great again. Make bullying great again. So, so yeah, it was a pretty wild show. Pretty wild show. Kaiju status. Scared skinny. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, scared skinny. Yeah, well, yeah, Kenzo. Now everyone uses Ozempic, which is really fucked up. Have you ever seen what people look like when they're on that stuff? It doesn't just make them lose weight. Like, it sucks the soul out of their face. You know, everyone on Ozempic has the like sunken in cheekbones, and they look uncanny valley. You know, like some level of inhuman. I don't like it. You got to do it the old-fashioned way, by bullying people until they actually get off their ass and exercise. Okay, that's how you do it. That's how it's done. The 80s knew. The 80s knew what was up. They sent the Fat Fairy to bully this girl until she got on the treadmill. That's what you got to do. All right. So yeah, that's what, you know. A couple of memes from last week. It was mostly a unmemeable lineup because it was just good shows, but we did have a little bit of jank, a little bit of cheese in there that was worth memeing on, and this was one of them. During the premiere, if you guys were there live, then you would see the chat was going crazy during this episode. They were like, "What the hell is this? I can't believe they're saying this. I can't believe they're showing this. Like, this is wild. What the fuck?" You know, because this is just one little clip. You know, I just took one little clip out of here just to give you an example. But if you didn't see it, go back and watch it. This show is on the Zook, man. We might have to see some more. I thought it was just a Barbie cartoon or whatever, like a knockoff Barbie cartoon. But no, it's actually pretty zooked out, pretty bizarre. A lot of funny shit in there. So might have to watch some more. All right, guys. It's time for everybody's favorite segment of the week. Let's get into the waifu roundup. We got some wrangling to do. I hope you have your favorite wrangle device of choice ready to go. Whether it's a classic lasso, maybe you got one of those net firing tanks, some of those magic wrangling spells that we've seen. Whatever it is, get it ready to go here. Because we're going to be wrangling and tangling, all right? We're doing some wrangling and tangling. It's the waifu roundup. Let's get into it. But first, let me check the meters here. Since we are getting into the waifu roundup, let me check the meters, see where we're at, and we'll unlock some pinups for you guys. Let's see what's going on. Oh, we had an empty one here. Now where is it? Oh, halfway there, living on a prayer. All right, guys, can we get it? Can we get the rest of this one? We're halfway there, living on a prayer. We got to get another pinup. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. You're going to love it. We're getting into the X-Men ones, okay? We're getting into the X-Men ones. The top 3 waifus from X-Men. I want to see if I guessed right. So you gotta get them all. We gotta unlock at least one more, maybe 2 more. I don't know. We'll see if we can get there. If we can get all of them, I'll give you that bonus of Snow White from Mr. Two Scoops himself, Master Godai. Okay, can we hit it? Stand up, be counted. We gotta support the war effort. Okay, we're waging a war on woke, just like Maxie's World. Maxie's World was waging a war on woke with the Fat Fairy telling her she's fat. You know, Tubbo, get off the couch and get on the treadmill, okay? So just like they did back in the 80s, we got to support the war effort, waging war on all these uggos.
Can we get it?
Let's go. Daharka88 rolling out the K's out, which actually lets me know that the calling the chief option didn't pop up.
Wow,
hey!
Look at that!
Guess what, Vince? You're the victim of choice for the waifu meter.
It's funny that like I think both you and Daryl Waylick picked the same amount. Even though that's not, you could go a little bit less and still kick Vince. But hey, I'm not complaining. I appreciate it, man. Hey, I appreciate it. Hold on one second here. I got to make sure the chief, you can call the chief. Because I told where is it? I told Cheetos that he could call the chief. Where is it? There it is. I think that's it. Is that it? Yep, that's it. I edited it, but I didn't turn it on. Now it's on. Okay, save that. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Now you can call the chief. But you got K's out. Okay, you got a knockout. K's out, knocking people out. We got that one more time. All right, let me refresh now that I'm back. from that. Set that there. Okay, let's see where we're at. Let's check it out. Bam! And oh, we got another meter filled up. Waifus, they go whack for the stack. We're stacking it up here. Let's go. Let's see if we can get one more filled up there. But we'll go ahead and show some of these pinups here. Oh shit! Look at Joshua too.
Everyone's doing their part. Are you? We need a Clarks-based special if not already.
Let's go, man. Hey, I thought you guys didn't like Vince. I thought we wanted to get rid of him, you know? I mean, I haven't heard any complaints about the That's No Moon, that's Rogue. I haven't heard any complaints about that one, but it's kind of funny people are going after Vince still, man. Get him out of that chair. Get him out of there, man. He can't stick around. He's hiding backstage now. He thinks, you know, he's going to be lurking around, thinks he's going to get away, going to be able to hide backstage. I don't think so. Baconeers finding you, man. They're finding you to get you out of that. Get you out of that chair. All right. Be sure to like up the stream if you're enjoying the madness so far. If you've enjoyed these segments that we've had so far, and you know, the crazy memes, because we're getting into the waifu roundup here. And
This is the chief. Right, got it.
This one's for you, Cheetos.
there you go. Ron Chaos just called the chief. That one goes out to Cheetos, aka Waste of Space, aka the #1 troll. Let's go. We're almost a quarter of the way now. We're almost a quarter of the way now into the next meter. You know what? I think I'll start showing you some of these pinups that we've unlocked. I think it'll probably be some incentive for you. So first up, let's get some classic ones out of the way that we missed from previous weeks. We need to get caught up, okay? So first up, we have from Vitor, the Starfire champion, I was going to say one and only. She's not the only waifu, but she is definitely the top. She is definitely the top waifu of the show. Doesn't even come close. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some of you guys like the evil prince. Well, she wasn't evil, but she was the daughter of the bad guy. So, you know, kind of like evil princess. It's not really evil. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys liked her better, but me personally, I'm all for Skyla. So let's get Skyla in her 80s gear. You know, we got to make a few modifications. All right, we got to make sure that it's Orbital Station dress code approved.
Tiny mini skirt!
That's right. So this one is courtesy of Master Krakken. We've got Skyla from Vitor, the Starfire champion, in her 80s go-go outfit. She's ready to go-go. She is staying in shape. She's ready to go to the gym. You can tell she's staying in shape, all right? She's ready to go. So we've got Skyla here. Very nice. Let's go. It's a good start. It's a good start, right? Skyla from Vitor, an underappreciated waifu from an underappreciated series, man. Only 4 episodes, and it's kind of a hidden gem. A lot of people don't know about that one, but we've got the entire show. All 4 episodes are here, right here on the main channel. I didn't even put it on Bacon Bits. I put it right here on the main channel. You can watch all 4 episodes in one block, and I've also sprinkled them across a few different Saturday morning lineups. All four in fact are 4 different volumes, but you'd have to go and hunt those down. I don't even think they're in order. You know, I think it's like 1, 4, 3, 2. So I don't even know what order it's in, right? But if you want to watch all 4 episodes, I do have it uploaded as one single block in order, 1 through 4. And it ends way too soon. Peter Cullen voices the villain. It's such a great show. It's got that sci-fi fantasy, or sci-fan as the Baconeers have coined that term. Very reminiscent of Kroll and Flash Gordon, things like that. You know, those 80s sci-fi fantasy movies and TV show in the case of Flash Gordon. But yeah, it's got that type of vibe. So if you like that, you know, the good 80s music and everything, synth music, check it out. Really good show. And of course you can see Skyla in there. Really good waifu. Yeah. All right. So next up, we got another one that we need to catch up on. You know, she was left over from a couple weeks ago when we were watching Dirty Pair Flash. All right, we got to give her some more love. I know you might be like, enough. We've seen a couple of K pinups already. Are we really getting enough? Well, yeah, we got to get it. We had to get them all out of the way. Okay, K's out. Okay, she's the #1. All right, she took the top spot when we saw Dirty Pair Flash. It was neck and neck back in the 80s. K versus Yuri, who's #1. But in Dirty Pair Flash, K took the crown. Okay, she took the cup. So here we go. We've got K in her 80s go-go outfit. Let's go. We've got this one once again, courtesy of Master Krakken. And this one even comes with a bonus for the channel members. You'll get an exclusive version of this one in the vault, okay? So keep an eye out for that one. You'll get an exclusive of this one in the vault for the channel members. But Master Krakken, he's always knocking it out of the park, so we couldn't just let this go to waste, all right? I can't just let it go to waste and sit dusty on the shelf, all right? We had to get this pinup out there. So hopefully you guys enjoy K from Dirty Pair Flash, all right? So now let's get into the main event here. We've got a couple more to unlock, and then we've got, where's the, little, almost quarter of the way. Let's see if we can fill that up one more time. In fact, I'll let you guys know, if we fill this up one more time, you definitely get the bonus Snow White pinup from Master Godai. Okay, so you'll actually get 2 more for this one. All right, but we've got 2 more to go before that. All right, so 2 more to go before that. All right, so we've got Skyla from Vitor, we've got K from Dirty Pair Flash, and next up, the first of the X-Men waifus, the top 3. At least I guessed, but I'm confident on this one. This one I know I got right, okay? Because she's number 1. Do you even need to guess? Do I even need to play the music? I don't think so. Bass Wave is already saying Rogue. Daryl's like, of course it's Rogue. Of course it's Rogue. All right. So we've got Rogue rocking the ever popular fashion trend here on the Orbital Station, the tiny overalls. Okay, tiny overalls from Rogue, the top waifu of the X-Men here. Let's go. So this is your first of 3. Let's see if we can get to that 3rd one. Okay, we've got the 2nd one already unlocked. Let's see if we can get to that 3rd one for that bonus of Snow White as well to go with it. But let's see. Are we doing good so far? I don't know. Not Cavern doesn't approve. Oh my goodness. That's I'm shocked.
I'm doing my part.
Oh, thank you, Tavern's Pole. Appreciate the 10 big Bison Bucks right there doing your part. Really appreciate that, man. Hell yeah. I think we're going to make it. We're going to get there, okay? All right, so we've got Rogue in her tiny overalls. This is an ever popular, year-round, never goes out of fashion, it never goes out of style, the tiny overalls. This is probably my personal favorite of all the different fashion trends. We've had quite a few. The battle bikini armor, the tiny mini skirts. Of course, that's where it all started. Tiny overalls, though, might be my favorite. So we've got Rogue here rocking that. That's right. Stacked and packed. Let's go. Okay, up next, this one is also going to be pretty easy to guess when you see the silhouette. I don't even think I need to ask, but I want you to let me know, did I pick another top? Because she was certainly getting a lot of positive attention. A lot of people were saying, in fact, one of the guys, I don't know if he's in the chat right now, but he had like a little rhyme, he had a little rhyme for this next one that he would say, yeah, she's my favorite. Okay. So let's see. You guys know who this one is? Do I even need to say it? I'm just going to wait just a second. I know there's like a couple seconds of delay. I'm not even going to play the music. I think you guys already know. Yeah, there you go. Right away. As soon as the responses started coming in, it's Jubilee. That's right. Because Arrow Shogun, I don't know if he's in the chat right now, but he would always say, oh, Juby is my Ruby. All right. So we've got Jubilee rocking the tiny overalls. Are you detecting a theme here? It's like superhero costumes. They have to have a team costume. They have to have they all have to match, right? Maybe different colors and all that, but we're going old school where they all wear a similar outfit, to make sure you can tell they're all on the same team, okay? They got the little X logo on the buttons there, right? So it's Jubilee rocking the tiny overalls there too. Let's go. Juby, who is your Ruby? It is Jubilee. Let's go. All right, ex-waifu's wearing overalls. That's right, Duo Maxwell. You got it, buddy. You got it. Okay, so the next one, we're getting there, guys. We are getting there. It's a quarter of the way. We still got a little ways to go. I think we can do it though. It's probably a little over a quarter of the way because we got those Bison Bucks from Tavern's Pool just now. It's just like teetering on the edge of moving the meter up again. So we're probably a little bit closer to halfway out, at least quarter of the way, But yeah, so we've got Rogue, we've got Jubilee. Now, who would the 3rd one be? I think I chose well when it comes to who was getting the biggest reactions from chat. So if we see this silhouette, do you guys know? Who it is? We see the silhouette. You should know. We're not there yet. We haven't unveiled it yet. We got to fill up the rest of that meter. But I think the silhouette is enough to give it away. Starfire? She's not even from Marvel. She's not even from Marvel. Maverickat's like Felicia or Starfire. It's an X-Man or X-woman, whatever you want to call it. It's an X-Men waifu, whatever you want, however you want to describe it. And it's one of the top ones that we saw while we were watching the chat. These were the 3 that chat was going the nuts over the most. I'm seeing most of you are getting it right. Most of you are getting it right. There's a few like pretty random guesses out there, kind of taking me by surprise there. But yeah, so we've got our third one here. Let's see if we can get that meter up there. We are at a quarter. Okay, there it is. It did tick up. Okay, I was wondering, Bison Bucks usually tick it up a little bit. So we're not quite half. We're a little over a quarter of the way. Let's see if we can get there, guys. Let's see if we can fill that rest of the meter. You'll get 2. You'll get that one there. I say mystery waifu. I think most of you guys know who it is, right? You get the mystery waifu, and you get the bonus pinup from Master Godai, aka Mr. Two Scoops of Snow White. Done right. Okay, not this mud brown stuff that they got going on at Disney right now. Okay, so let's see if we can get there. All right, now in the meantime, we'll get back to wrangling here. We're in the waifu roundup. We got a wrangle of the week and we got a waifu of the week. Okay, so we're gonna cover that right now. First up, we're going back to basics. We're doing some wrangling, some tangling. All right, I've been like slacking off a little bit lately. I feel like I haven't put as many wrangle moments in the lineups. Maybe I've just exhausted all of them, in some of the older volumes. It's just stacked and packed with wrangling going on. And that's how it became a meme in the first place, because it was happening so much. And now I like look for them, and I think I've used them all up. We don't have too many left. I'm sure there's more out there. I just got to find them, maybe some of these new shows like Sectars, maybe Sectars will have some wrangling, maybe Ring Raiders. I don't know how Ring Raiders could, they're flying around in jets. I don't know, maybe they'll get creative, but Dungeons and Dragons definitely did not let us down with some wrangling this week. In fact, they were coming close to the wrangle record. Currently Lady J from G.I. Joe, she currently holds the wrangle record, getting wrangled 4 times in one episode, just her alone. Now this one, it kind of cheats a little bit, so we're not going to take the title away. This one is, you'll see what I mean, but we did have 4 wrangles, but it wasn't the same character. See, Lady J, she got wrangled. It was her, the same character, 4 times in the same episode. That's the record. In this one, though, we actually got 2 characters get wrangled twice each. So technically 4 in one episode, but it was divided. It was a team effort. So we can't really count that one. Is a little, kind of like shenanigans, you know what I mean? They were teaming up. They were cheating. I don't know if it's cheating. It's they don't even choose to get wrangled, you know what I mean? But like, it's like, hey, we gotta do it. But let's check out this new wrangle technique. We did get a new wrangle technique here amongst all of it. So let's check this out. The slugs, the wrangle slugs.
I can't believe this! We're fighting snails!
Yeah, and losing.
Oh, just put the waifus in the bag. Just put the waifus in the bag, man. Wrangled and tangled. Let's go. Just put the waifus in the bag. So yeah, we got these wrangle slugs. That's a new one. And they come with their own burlap sack, just like Borat. This is my wife. That's why I should have put that. I should have put this one sounding like Borat as he carries away. It's my wife. Just put the waifu in the bag.
I can't believe this! We're fighting snails!
Yeah, and losing.
Get in the bag. Shut up and get in the bag. Just put the waifus in the bag. Yeah, it's very nice. It's my wife. So yeah, we got the wrangle slugs here with their Borat burlap sacks ready to wrangle and tangle here. And then the second one that we got was from the Beholder. Now, the Beholder didn't really do much different other than just different color wrangle wire, whatever that is, tentacles, whatever it was, I don't know. So both of these waifus got wrangled twice in the same episode. So it was 4, but 2 different characters. So a little bit of a cheat there. Doesn't really count. We're not going to take the record away from Lady J, all right? She is still the wrangle queen. She still holds the record, holds the crown at 4 by one character, or, well, by different characters. She was the one character wrangled 4 times in one episode, all right? But this came close. This came close. We did get 4 wrangles across 2 different characters. So not bad, not bad, you know? D&D, yeah, we had the Beholder. We had the Wrangle Slugs. So, you know, waifus getting wrangled and tangled left and right. All right, so not bad, not bad. Now, for the waifu of the week, so that's wrangle of the week. For the waifu of the week, we've got Chantra from Mummies Alive. This one was knocking them dead, okay? Knocking them dead. The chat was going crazy, which is kind of weird to me because I thought people, you know, I've played a lot of Mummies Alive, so I thought people knew of this waifu. I even have the series on the channel, so I just kind of assumed that, hey, you know, it's a good episode. Nobody's going to necessarily complain. You know, it's a little, I think it was a rerun, a little bit of a rerun there. But, you know, I didn't think anybody's going to complain, but I was surprised of the number of people that were actually like, whoa, who is this waifu? Let's go. I'm digging this one, you know? So, you know, very popular waifu this week. That's why she's getting waifu of the week, because she just seemed to steal the show, both like literally and figuratively, because she was, who was the teacher? I can't even remember the guy's name, but yeah, she basically abducted the teacher, Ramses. It's not, well, his name's not, what's his name? His name's not Ramses, but he has the spirit of Ramses. Can't even remember. I'm distracted. I'm mesmerized here. You know, I'm mesmerized by the midriff here. What's going on? But yeah, you know, she zapped the teacher to another dimension, took over. She was trying to steal the main character. Like, hey, I'm going to take him to college. And his mom's like, I don't think so. What the hell is going on here? But yeah, you know, he was hot for teacher though. The whole chat was, man. Check this out. Presley, thank you. Presley is the guy's
What
name.
is this bizarre place?
Mr. Huxley? Where's Mr. Huxley? He was here just a minute ago.
He's gone. I've taken his place.
You mean like a substitute teacher?
Substitute teacher? Sure. I am Chandra.
So he's like, yeah, substitute teacher, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, she just materialized, you know? She just materialized. And it's like, you know, Midriff City all of a sudden. And then she puts on the tiny mini skirt, you know, Orbital Station dress code approved, right? She's like, yeah, I'll be the substitute teacher. Presley's all for it, man. That was chat. That was chat's reaction, okay? He was like the embodiment of chat. But not only that, she was also causing some Frosted Flakes, okay? Because it would take a little bit more than that to be wife of the week. She was actually causing some Frosted Flakes here with Presley's mom. You know, Presley's mom's got it going on, but Chantra comes in and she's just like, hey, look, I'm the new hotness in town. Everybody's hot for teacher, right? And Presley's mom's having none of it, dude. She pours out the Frosted Flakes, you know, gets them right away. She's just like, yeah, put these in your face. I'm gonna throw this in your face. All right. So yeah, she's got the Frosted Flakes, man. So yeah, that's what makes Chantra the waifu of the week. All right. Stole the show. Everybody's hot for teacher. Plus she was bringing out the Frosted Flakes. All right. Pouring a big old bowl of Frosted Flakes there with Presley's mom. So let's go. Everybody loves the Frosted Flakes, right? Spicy edition. Yeah! Let's go. So that is your waifu of the week. That's your waifu roundup. 1, 2, you know, there were some. It's not like it was lacking of waifus on this last lineup, you know, but I think those were the best ones. We had the wrangle moment, and then we had the top one that stole the show there. So that's really it. So that is the waifu roundup, and that's gonna about do it for the show here, guys. Should we hang on a little bit longer? See if we can fill up this last meter? Should we? Do you guys? It's like you don't even want to see this waifu. It's like you don't even want to see this other one in the tiny overalls. What's going on? All right, but yeah, so that's the show for this week, guys. A little over 2 hours. I knew it would be a full show here, but at least we're not running into Adventures of Sinbad. That's coming up in about 45 minutes from now over on Orbital Bacon Bits. So if you're not tired, like me, because I'm going to be staying up all night. So if you're not tired, then head over to the second channel, and starting in about 45 minutes, we're going to have the Adventures of Sinbad, which also has, it has some eye candy. It's got some not so much eye candy, depending on how you look at it, with the janky, cheesy CGI. Well, it's not even, I think there's a little bit of CGI, but then there's some jank.
This is the chief. Right, got it.
Still doing my part for the station, but the CAD dollar is so low now.
Oh man, thank you to Hark88. Thank you for calling the chief. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the support for the war effort. You guys have been insanely generous. I really appreciate it. If we don't hit the meter this time, I will save her for next week. She'll be first up, okay? If we don't hit the meter this time, she'll be first up for next week, and we'll definitely unlock her. And I'll even throw in the bonus with it as well. I was just trying to be timely because, we just finished the X-Men series in the watch parties. And then, of course, with Snow White, since 3/21 is Disney's 9/11, with the Snow White movie, I thought it would be a good time to put that as a bonus pinup. I mean, we are halfway there, living on a prayer. So I'll ramble on for a little bit more if anybody does feel like supporting the war effort, and unlocking that final pinup. But regardless, you guys have been insanely generous tonight. I really do appreciate it. Please don't get me wrong there. And hopefully you have enjoyed the pinups that we did unlock. We got Rogue, we got Jubilee. Here, we'll go back and review. Let's do a review here. So we had Jubilee in the tiny overalls. That is the latest and greatest fashion here on the Orbital Station. All the waifus are rocking this look, okay? And they're rocking when they rock this look too, all right? And then we had Rogue in the tiny overalls. Of course, it had to be Rogue. Everybody knew. That was a given, right? That was a given. And then, of course, we got Kay in the go-go, the 80s go-go dancer. That's another popular style here. Master Krakken actually stumbled onto that one. He started drawing some of these like sort of sci-fi 80s go-go outfits. I was like, you know what? I really like that. Let's see some more. Let's see some other characters. Let's see some more because I'm digging it. And that's what we also have. Skyla here from Vitor, the Starfire champion, also rocking that same style. So yeah, it's a good fashion lineup here. I think we got a lot of good outfits. The battle bikini armor when the action gets heated, right? But when it's casual time, we got the 80s go-go style. We got the tiny overalls, and especially for the X-Men, you got to have the matching superhero outfits. So that's what we had to do. So we've got Rogue and her green and yellow. We've got Jubilee and her bright yellow. It's like yellow is kind of neon on its own, but this is like neon yellow. Does a mall baby chili fries? Let's go. Does a mall baby eat chili fries? Oh, don't spill any on the tiny overalls, because if you have to take those off to clean it, well, you're gonna get kicked out of the mall. Okay, you're gonna get kicked out of the mall. So just be careful. And then we've got one more. Most of you already know who it is. Rocking the tiny overalls, making the trifecta of the X-Men waifu lineup. We're halfway there, living on a prayer. But if we don't make it, that's okay. We will we'll save her for next week. So really appreciate it, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed the madness tonight. Be sure to like up the stream if you have, and head on over to the second channel in a little less than 45 minutes now, a little over half an hour, and we'll be watching Adventures of Sinbad. And like I said, there's going to be some jank CGI. Oh, whoa!
Magnificent! Look at the size of that thing!
Let's go.
Let's go. Even Nico looked. Let's go. Even Nico looks over, like the other guy, the guys, they're like, oh, magnificent, right? But even Nico's like, oh, that's not bad, right? She's like, respect, Thank you, Talica Man. Let's go. All right. So that gets us pretty darn close. We're almost into Sliver. We are pretty darn close, guys. We are pretty darn close. Almost there. Let me refresh, in fact, and see where we're at. Are we there? We might be there. Hold on just a second. Oh, buddy!
Flute for the sliver.
Let's go. The Flute Tune. Rocking it out. Get that sliver out of here, man. Let's go. All right, we did it. We did it. We did it. Holy shit, you guys are awesome. I was not expecting that. Thank you so much. Okay, well, all right. Do you want to guess again? I think you guys know who it is. We got Storm rocking the tiny overalls. This was the third waifu that got the most attention during the watch parties. People were really a big fan of her. So did I guess right? Did I guess right on the top 3? That's what I want to know. Did I guess right on the top 3? I knew Rogue would be a safe bet. She was like a given, right? But then because people were, liking Jubilee, Juby's my Ruby, people had rhymes for it and everything. And then Storm was the other one where everyone was like, fighting over who's going to get her in the stable, right? So I think I chose the top 3 that you guys like the most. Hopefully I got it right there. So yeah, we've got Storm here rocking the tiny overalls. And again, meant to be like the superhero costume, white to match the costume there, right? So that is our lineup. Hell yeah, you guys did it. You guys did it. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much. Let's go. All right, and as a bonus, we got a bonus. Let me get Snow White from Mr. Two Scoops, aka Master Godai. And this is how not just the remake should have been. This is how the original Snow White should have been. I feel like Disney dropped the ball even back in the 40s. I mean, not really. I'm just kidding. You know what I mean. But like, it's definitely worthy of the name, Mr. Two Scoops. You guys know. So we got all 3 artists tonight. That's really good. I like that. We got a little bit from all 3. We got Master Krakken, we got Odacat, and Master Godai. All 3 artists here featured tonight. That's the way to do it. So let's check it out here, guys. There you go. Snow White as she should have been. Not Mud Brown, where the mirror needs a eye exam, needs some bifocals, all right? Get those like bottle cap, or not bottle cap, the what do they call it? Like the bottle lenses where it magnifies your eyes. The mirror needs that. No need for that here though. No need for that here though, because Master Godai is taking care. He's redesigned it the way she should have been. So there you go. Our 2 scoops of Snow White, yeah, because he takes the original recipe and he adds 2 scoops to make her extra thick. All right, so there you go. As she should have been, the real Snow White. No Mud Brown here. So there we go, guys. There's your bonus. Hell yeah. Big support, massive support, in fact, from the Baconeers tonight. Thank you so much, guys. I really hope that you've enjoyed the show, enjoyed all the waifus that you unlocked. We'll have more. I've got a whole nother batch in the works. Some are already ready to go, so I know what you're in for next week. You're going to like it. And then we've got some in the works. Really good stuff for next week. I don't know if there'll be as much of a theme, because I was really going for that theme with the X-Men characters since we just finished that show. But hey, we're starting on Avengers, Janet, the Wasp, anyone? I mean, we saw her in the yellow bikini earlier. That's, even though that's fan art, it's from an actual scene in the show. So, we might be seeing more of that. Might have to see one of the other artists do a rendition of that character. So there we go. There we go. So there you go. You got Snow White, you got Storm, you've got Jubilee, and Rogue. We've got the lineup there. 2 scoops. Let's go. All right, guys. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And all hail. Daryl Walick was able to hold on to Stream Boss. I had a feeling you would. That's a very respectable health bar there. 95 hit points. Get those pizza rolls raining. Get that waifu swanging for you, good sir. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you to everyone. Let me give a shout out here before I end the show. I'm going to give a shout out to everyone who donated. Let me go down the list. Give me 1 second to get it pulled up here. Really appreciate it, guys. Let's see. Man, got to go. Whoa. It's a lot. Thank you, guys. Holy shit. All right. Wow. So we've got Joshua Cochran here first up, and then I've actually got to go to the next page. Richard Hooper, Ron McChaos, Reverb 154, Crossfire, Daryl Walick, the Stream Boss. We got Cheetos, aka Waste of Space, the #1 troll. We got Michael Russum. We got Painting and Rambling, Kenzo's Creations. What's going on? We got Titan in here. No Name OVA sent in one. Let's go. Let's see. We got Alchemy, Mavericat, Prince of the Abyss. And I think I said Reverb 154, but in case I didn't, I'll say it again. Let's see who else. Duo Maxwell is on the list here. Ganjeezy, what's going on? Thank you for the donation. Let's see, another from Daryl Walick, man, big support, man. Stream boss, thank you so much. Bloodwork is in here. Let's go. Thank you, Bloodwork. Let's see who else. Anybody else? Hopefully I'm not missing anyone. I'm scrolling here. Taverns Pull. Thank you, Taverns Pull. Talica Man. Talica Man getting it done. Talica Man actually got it in. Daharka 88. Hail. Let's go, man. Thank you. Hell yeah. All right. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. I try not to skip the list when I go to the next page, but I don't know. Stream Element's a little wonky sometimes, but hopefully I didn't miss anybody there that sent in donations. Really appreciate it, guys. Massive support from the Baconeers tonight. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being here because your time is valuable, okay? So I appreciate you spending your time here with me and the other Baconeers every Friday night. We do this every Friday night, man. This is the best way to kick off the weekend. You know, just relax, unwind, make some jokes, enjoy some waifus, right? I can't think of a better way. What does Gambit say? Life don't get much better than this, right? I need to make that a soundbite from Gambit, man. That's a good quote for this channel, okay? So thank you guys so much. Really hope that you enjoyed the show. I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, we're gonna go over to the second channel here, starting a little over 30 minutes. We got just a little over 30 minutes to go, and Adventures of Sinbad will be firing up on the second channel, Orbital Bacon Bits. Midnight Eastern Standard Time, and then tomorrow morning 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time we've got Saturday morning cartoons with alien birds, mutant bees, and waifus that crash into trees. It's gonna be crazy, okay? So I hope to see you there. And then of course tomorrow night on the second channel, midnight Eastern Standard Time, we've got the Guyver, the second half of the original OVA from the 80s, and this time I made sure to get the uncensored episodes, okay? So it's gonna be an extra zooked out with what do we call him? Dark Brandon, the Kronos guy. Dark Brandon, the villain, right? So yeah, it's going to be a good time. Hopefully I will see you guys there. But just in case if I don't see you, have a great rest of your weekend. Everyone, stay awesome. Stay based. God bless you all. Let me leave you now with a very appropriate moment of Zook here as a send-off. As a send-off to the X-Men. And of course, my personal top waifu, Rogue. This is a very appropriate moment of Zook.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows, only time? And who can say if you love?
It's kind of sad. I'm laughing, but it's kind of sad. So thank you guys. That's the show. Until next time, remember.
Until all is one.
Yes, until all is one.
Thank you for visiting me. It's been real.
Tomorrow.
Goodbye, ninjas.
In the room, and I get so excited just from her perfume. Electric eyes that you can't ignore. passion burns you like